The tourism grant hearings for today. Want to thank all of our applicants who are on the schedule today, tomorrow, and on Wednesday who made time to come and present. Those of you who are here for this first hour, you're the test study case, so thanks for being here. We're going to see how this goes. We know 5 minutes is a challenging window of time to share all the amazing things that your organization is doing and all the great things you want to do with the event or program in front of us. But we're going to try to do our best to be concise. I'm going to hand it over to our chief clerk, Eric Haggerty, to just kind of share a little bit of the parameters, tell you a little bit about the clock and all that.
Good morning. Thank you. I'm going to be the bad guy today, and controlling the clock. Since we've got over 200 groups coming in, we're going to try to make sure that everyone has the chance to speak. So I'm going to set a 3-minute timer, and then we'll allow for a couple minutes of any questions the commissioners and Sharon Myers from Visit Hershey Harrisburg might have. So I apologize in advance for cutting people off, but we just want to make sure everyone has enough time to interact with the board and get any questions out. So with that, I think we can get started.
Going in order of what they are here, correct? All right, 1031 and co. That's what I have first. It's 1031 and co here. Okay, 717 Arts. Yeah, of course.
And if you could please state your names for the record, then I will start the clock as soon as you do so.
Alexis Campbell.
Brianna Dow.
David Richwine.
Good morning. We're here representing 717 Arts and the Harrisburg Fringe Festival, and we're requesting $6,000 in support of technology for our festival. To give you an overview, the Harrisburg Fringe is a 4-day citywide arts festival. It's created to provide a platform for artists to showcase their work, and it promotes artistic expression and gives artists a platform to be seen and connect with audiences without the traditional barriers of gatekeeping that we can see in the arts industry. And the most important tenet of our festival is that artists keep 100% of their ticket sales. As an unjuried festival, everyone is welcome to support their art and submit it to our festival. Any form of art is welcome: dance, spoken word, theater, comedy, drag. If it's an art form, we want it. In just a few short years, the Harrisburg Fringe has become part of an international network of fringe festivals, and we draw both artists and audiences from all over the country and internationally. In fact, this year, artists from across the United States will join us for our festival, and we even have artists from Austria and the UK who will be performing.
The continued success of the first 3 festivals has established its position as a vital contributor to the arts community. Here's just a sample of the growth that the Fringe Festival has seen over the last 3 years. Artist participation has grown from close to 50 in its first year to a registered 250 this year. Ticket sales have increased from just over 2,000 in 2023 to just over 2,900 last year. Ticket revenue returned to artists has grown from 17,500 in the first year to 19,200 last year. In total, the Harrisburg Fringe has sold over 7,000 tickets and raised more than $60,000 in support of 600 participating artists. These figures highlight the festival's ability to draw audiences and generate substantial revenue for our city. In fact, across our surveys, more than 60% of respondents, artists and audiences alike, have reported patronizing area restaurants and businesses. As the festival enters its 4th year, we aim to broaden its impact by expanding its partnerships and attracting a wider range of audiences and artists.
The Harrisburg Fringe Festival contributes to tourism and local economic growth by attracting over 1,000 patrons each year, including residents and visitors from across the nation. This influx of attendees encourages exploration and support for local businesses such as restaurants, bars, museums, and shops, leading to increased hotel bookings and patronage at entertainment venues. By enriching the region's cultural tapestry and stimulating economic vitality, The festival continues to enhance Harrisburg's reputation as a vibrant culture.
Good.
I warned you.
Those
Do we have
beeps
questions?
really.
No, I just want to comment. Appreciate some.
Since we're live streaming, sure.
Good morning. Just a couple of comments. First of all, thank you for bringing up the importance of heads on beds, folks coming in from outside the area, a couple different countries as well. And while they're here, utilizing our restaurants and small businesses, even filling up our gas stations. Those are all items that are very important to me as one commissioner as we look at the grantees here and ones to support this year. And congratulations on multiple years now. Looking forward to continued success and growth. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fringe Festival uses like multiple venues too, right? So you partner with a lot
Correct.
of local venues. Can you rattle off a couple of venues that you guys?
This year, a
typically-
new one. We're at Karma. We're continuing at Open Stage Gamut. The four at the Forum Auditorium this
Yeah.
year. Culture and Co. We're using the old Narcisse space on Chestnut Street, and another space on 3rd Street,
Very good. Very
and
good.
maybe more than I'm forgetting.
Very good. Well, thank you.
Thank you. I do have
Yeah. Any handouts
if
you can come
you-
bring them to the dais. We'll leave one for Commissioner Hartwick as well.
And Eric, since we're being live streamed, can you let folks know when we're anticipating making a decision on the grants?
Yeah, I think once hearings wrap up, we'll certainly have some internal discussions and hopefully make decisions as quickly as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Next up, 717 Live. Morning.
Chad Scott, 717 Live. I don't have a formal presentation. I kind of went off what we did last year or with gaming where you guys had the presentation. It was more Q&A, but I can give you a little bit on what 717 Live is. It's a free event at Reservoir Park that we plan to have annually. Last year we did Music Soul Child. We had a band called the MJB Tribute. We had a local guy out of New Cumberland called Swamp Rat. Trying to think who else we had. But the whole thing behind it is to balance a little bit of what I see a discrepancy as far as, urban entertainment and mainstream entertainment. I see it as an imbalance over decades, in my thing. I've been doing arts and entertainment in the area for close to 20 years next year, and it's always a little imbalance when it comes to independent promoters and organizers using their own funding to bring this type of entertainment here versus organizations that get the support to bring big stage events and bigger name events here. So it's a little imbalance here. So I try to do it inside the city and cater to the people that are kind of less fortunate that might not have the money to do Chris Brown or Jay-Z when they come here, or things at the the Giant Center, things like that. So, and it's also to focus on a lot of the independent businesses. So last year we had, I think, 5 or 6 food trucks, all of them sold out. It was a great turnout. What else can I say about it? It was family friendly. I seen 4 generations of people in there. I seen teachers, I seen students, I seen coaches, I seen grandmothers, I seen aunts. Connected to the playground. It was family friendly. It was a great vibe. I didn't get to take it all in at the same time. I still take it in from the pictures and things that I see. So anything that we try to do, I want to try to keep it here. And our target is Central PA and outside. So what I've been getting here that we already launched it is that family, friends that are here that may stay outside of the area, they're kind of already making their plans and saying, hey, what's the date on this again? Putting it on their calendar, kind of make it a family-friendly thing. People were there last year as early as 7 in the morning, setting up tents and things like that, which, kind of threw me back. And also the park, because where they asked, well, how many people do you expect to have here? I said, I don't know. What do you think? He was like, I think you probably have over 1,000. I was like, makes you say that. Sorry. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a couple. You had brought up the date. When is the date for this
Saturday,
event?
August 1st,
Saturday, August 1st. Time?
2 p.m. to 8 p.m.
2 to 8. At location again?
Reservoir Park, 100
Or-
Concert Drive.
And how many folks did you have last year?
Roughly off the pictures, we estimated 3,500.
500. Okay. I don't have any other questions.
Do you have talent booked this year already?
Carl Thomas, Monifa, it's a go-go band out of DC called UCB, Them the Collective, and we have a opening slot that we're trying to just fine tune.
Gotcha. Does the city provide any financial support with their tourism money?
Not as of now, but kind of what I want to work
You're
out with them
requesting.
is,
Right.
yeah, more services for me. So last year I would like to, make a round of, extra trash, maybe EMT support, things like that. Really wasn't a lot other than the trash that I stayed back late and, helped clean up. So it wasn't that much more in the morning. So any type of city services, things like that, I'm going to ask for everything. So
I think it's really important that this Board of Commissioners open up a line of communication with the city because as we see these grantees and the applicants here, a lot of these are within city limits. And as you mentioned, Commissioner, the city does have tourism dollars. We have tourism dollars. So it'd be great if we were in more of a partnership of them moving forward instead of us doing the funding and then having folks come in. And then when we ask, is the city participating? A lot of times we've heard over the last couple of years, no. So I think we do need to have more city participation.
it's not a thing of them actually saying no. Sometimes this is about people knowing the information and knowing how to navigate these processes and the relationships. And sometimes people have this turmoil going inside of them. And for somebody independent, you got to tiptoe around this person, that person, and trying to make a common thing for the greater good of everybody. So that's the only
I couldn't agree more. And I think this Board of Commissioners and the city leadership needs to work together
Yeah.
on a lot of these projects moving forward because it's happening in Dauphin County. We're funding it. It's happening in the city. They have funds too. We need to work together with them.
I agree.
All right. Thank you, Chad.
Yep, no problem.
Appreciate you. Next up, we have a positive place.
Good morning. How are you? First question, how many of you are dads?
I'm a dad.
Dads, raise
but
their hands.
I think
Everybody's
Eric,
dads?
for the record, wants you to start by saying your name. Sorry.
I apologize, Eric.
Thanks.
My name is Tiffany Hall. I am the founder of A Positive Place. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization that focuses on providing healing and just a community hub within a community hub that provides healing for different areas, different entities. So now, how many of you are fathers? Sunday is Father's Day. I want to ask you a question. What role did you play in the birth of your child? Did you know how to be supported? Did you know how to support mom? So this proposal is for a conference, a doula conference. I am a certified birth and postpartum doula. I became certified in March, and as I looked around at what was offered within our county, a lot of people don't know about doula and birth workers. So we have one of the largest, or some of the largest healthcare systems right here in Dauphin County. And the idea was to bring doulas together in this space, in this area, for a professional development conference to learn how we can better support birthing people, mothers, fathers, and just learn about the work of being a doula. One of the biggest issues that many doulas face is you are able to get paid through Medicaid, but it is a process to navigate. So a lot of doulas don't know that. So just wanted to offer this experience for doulas to come together, to network, to support one another. In April, it was Black Maternal Health Week, and people from all over across the state of Pennsylvania came together at the Capitol. So I thought, this is the capital city. Why could we not do this here in Dauphin County?
How many individuals do you plan on attending?
So I'm looking at 100 to 200 right now. I do have a venue secured just in case the funding didn't get supported. So I wanted to make sure that it happened anyway. So what I would do if the funding is approved is just secure a larger venue space, which they do have the dates and I have already contacted them.
Gotcha. Will this be an overnight conference?
Yes,
Okay,
it is a 2 day
so there will
conference.
be hotel stays for these
Yes.
individuals.
Yes, and even for the duration of the conference, looking at ensuring that there's ongoing professional development. So not just stopping at the conference, ensuring that, we're creating networks within the county, outside of the county to bring doulas back into the area throughout the duration of the grant process.
And what's the timeline on this?
So it would be, when you say timeline, what do you
The
mean? So
dates. The dates.
October. So we have slated in the grant, it literally says October 29th and 30th. But the first venue that I have secured is actually October 15th and 14th and 15th. But the larger space does have the later date. So my purpose was ensuring that it happened no matter what. So I went with what I could secure on my own funding.
Great. Any other questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Morning.
Good morning.
AACA Museum. All right. ACI 234 Entertainment.
And just for the record, Chief of Staff Haggerty, you're going to keep a list of who's actually attending and who's not attending. Thank you.
Got a list as well. Yeah. All right.
Good morning. Good morning, Commissioners and Ms. Sharon Myers. I'm Wale Adeniyi, and we're here this morning respectfully to request 150,000 US for the African Cultural Festival, which will be held September 18th and 19th this year. The African Cultural Festival is more than a festival. It is a tourism infrastructure. The festival will bring thousands of people from nearby communities, from across United States, and from around the world. Last year, you took a chance on us. This morning, we're here to show you it paid off and to ask you to double down. In 2025, ACF brought thousands of people to Dauphin County. 62% came from outside Dauphin County. That is true tourism. They booked 356 rooms, which translated to over 1,000 heads and beds for average of 3 to 5 days. They spent money with our local vendors, hotels, restaurants, and Hershey Park. They posted videos and comments about how much they enjoyed their stay here. In 2026, it is not just tourism. It is not just culture. It is pure tourism. Commissioners, with your partnership in 2026, we project 1,000 attendees based on the inquiries we are already receiving. 10,000, yeah, or more than that. 65% will come from outside Dauphin County. That means more hotel nights and more revenue. We request this money to scale up this year, and here is exactly where it goes. Sound, staging, lighting, equipment, both indoor and outdoor. We're bringing A-list artists that is very popular around the world. And we're going to have a whole lot of supporting artists all over the United States that draws a lot of visitors. We're spending money on public relations and marketing, venue, security, staffing, and logistics. Last year, we had 0 incidents, and we are working to keep it 0 in 2026. We have de-risked this by 40%. Our budgets some of our budgets will be secured by sponsors, and we have 11 of them right now. Your commitment this morning, let us lock in the artists who can fill hotel. 2025 proves ACF works. 2026 will scale it up. I ask you for a yes, and we can get to work. Thank you for this opportunity, and we are open for questions.
What is the grant amount being requested? Just to verify that.
150.
150.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask what the grant amount specifically goes toward? Like what reimbursements do you plan on like having? Like, is this like talent? Is it venue? Booking the venue? Like, where does that?
Just
Where is
repeat what you said. Yes.
that
Well,
staging and
yes.
lighting?
The, what he mentioned that it's going to go for is for the venue, the lighting, the staging, the sound, the artists, and all the ancillary uh, people that they need to bring in. Also for having some staff people come to help us on that day. What we have done last year was provide jobs, although they were temporary jobs. We had over 60 some jobs and that were temporary, but at least the people were able to make money during that period of time for the day leading up to and during the festival. And so that money would go to provide for that. And also, it was just exciting just to see that people and the young people that are involved in this and looking forward to it again. And the fact that we had people to come in from various countries such as Nigeria, Kenya, Gambia, and Ghana. And we also had people from Canada. We had people from California, Texas, Arkansas, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Ohio, and some of them were vendors. And we also had people in the contiguous counties from Cumberland County, York County, Lancaster County, Peary County that participated in the festival. And so that's what we're looking forward again this year. And again, it was provided jobs and internships for people.
Last year it was at Hack, if I remember
It was
correctly.
at Hack.
Is it going to
It's
be
going
there
to be
again
at
this
Hack
year? It's going
again
to be at Hack again.
this year.
Is the city participating at all
The
in
city,
providing financial resources or support?
no, the city said that what we had to do was wait until next year in order to be participating in grants, but they would participate in the ancillary services that we needed. We had a good presentation from um, the, the state in terms of the form. We're utilizing the form, and then they gave us a discount on utilizing the form again, and same with Hack. And we were able to obtain sponsorships, and we're working on acquiring sponsorships and partnerships with various entities.
All right. Question.
Good morning,
Good morning.
and I apologize for being a little late. I had to drop my little man off this morning. I
That,
couldn't get him off too early, so
that's all right.
he had a specific time he had to be at camp. You said you are expecting 1,000 guests this year,
No,
and Miss
it was
Phillips gave you an
10,000.
elbow. I just want to make sure we're clarifying. You said 10,000.
Yes.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
And just if I could ask, you talked about 364 folks that had room nights last year.
Yes.
How were you able to track that?
Well, what we did, we had 55 rooms at the Hilton. We had 15 rooms at the Crown Plaza. We had 30 rooms at State Bridge. And we looked at where people were staying and the number of people that we know were there. We know it's probably more than that because we couldn't track everybody. But we do know that people were staying at these various hotels throughout Dauphin County. They stayed at the ones I just mentioned. Also, they stayed at the Fairmont. They stayed at the State's what is it? Homewood Suites. They stayed at the Hilton Inn over in Swatera Township, and they were everywhere. So we were able to do that. We did not have a tracking device, so to speak, but what we did is ask them, "Where are you staying?" And on the day of the event, we had people just show up and didn't have any rooms, and we had to run around and get rooms. Thank God for people like Spring Hill Suites, where we were able to get some additional rooms. We had people out, where the Comfort Inn going towards Hershey, and we also had a couple of people stay in Hershey.
And I was just asking because we're all looking for better ways to track
Yeah, we're
how we
looking for
are,
a better way
you
to
know,
track too.
because it would be really easy for us to be able to set up some criteria and
Okay.
evaluate based upon room nights,
Mhm.
sort of a distribution formula that may be more
Structured.
objective versus subjective.
Yeah.
So,
Well, what we have decided to do, Commissioner, is that we had said we were going to have a form so that at the tables that people have throughout the festival, asking them to sign and where they're from and where they're staying so that we would know where they are.
again, this is what meant to trip you up. I just wanted to figure out what mechanism you had
No,
in
that's
order
it.
to track it.
No, you're not. You're fine.
Thank you for bringing great culture and the African history to our county. We sincerely appreciate all that you do.
Well, the thing about it is we know that this is a true tourism event. And because of the number of people that are coming in and the inquiries, we've already received thousands of inquiries on the dates, time, and the location. And they want to know what they can do in terms of hotels. So we have not had that I know of any final uh, reservation, but they're requesting information about where they can stay. And this is coming from people all over. So it is a true tourism event.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
How are you going to market this year? Last year?
How we're going to handle
The
it.
marketing, your marketing for this year, how are they different from last year?
They were different from last year because we have somebody in place that will be working primarily on the marketing. Last year we had someone that we had hired, and they did not fulfill the marketing expectations. So we looked for someone else for this year, and we're happy to report that we have somebody that will be doing more marketing.
Yes, and they're already doing it. So
They're doing social media as well.
I've been asking all morning for the applicants, what is the date or dates of the event?
September the 18th and 19th.
September 18th and 19th.
We have a next gen program as well on
on the
these
18th.
18.
Yeah, she said.
Is it September 18th or
September 18th and 19th.
18th and 19th?
Because it says 19. Oh, that was from last year.
That was from last year.
That was last year. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, we have AKT Foundation.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for the opportunity here. My name is Brian Seaman. I'm with the AKT Foundation. In 2017, my wife and I started this organization. It's a 501c3 nonprofit. The objective is to help those in extreme poverty. The mission kind of expanded because a lot of those in extreme poverty were also escaping domestic violence. So our mission now is to help those escaping domestic violence and in extreme poverty. The way we do it is through essential items, household items. That's been a big void in those with extreme poverty. So our organization helps them get anything from small items like toiletries all the way up to beds and dressers, bed sheets, things like that, pots and pans, particularly anything somebody escaping a domestic violence situation would need to start over. And we don't receive a lot of financial money. We do receive a lot of donations. People are more than happy to send, their old beds and dressers and clothing and pots and pans to us. So we organize events to help fund the organization because, like everybody else, we have overhead, we have needs. When you bring in a lot of items, you have to have a building and some facility to hold them until people get to them and pick them up. Right now, we rent a very small office to store this, and we obviously need to grow and move into some bigger space. The two events we organize are the Soup Cook-Off and the Great Bake-Off that happen at the Best Western on Union Deposit Road. The Soup Cook-Off is October 18th, and the Bake-Off is November 28th. We applied for the grant to help cover the overhead of these events because that's the big thing. The expense of the event really take away from the money that it can bring in to the organization. The events, the Soup Cook-Off is in its 14th year, if I did the math right, given that COVID put us out for a couple years. And the Great Bake Off, I believe, is in its 10th or 11th year when it comes to those. And they've grown. Each event gets between 500 and 800 attendees. And what's been really great the last couple of years is we can see ticket sales come in from around the different states, Maryland, Delaware, New York. We even get every year now a couple from California comes into the soup cook-off, which we found interesting. Our soup cook-off and bake-offs are the biggest events in that type in this area. And in fact, I think if I did the research right, the soup cook-off is the biggest event in this country in terms of that type of event. We have chefs and bakers who make the samples and serve to the public who buys tickets, and then we have vendors and sponsors. Recently, in the last couple of years, a lot of people have been coming from different areas of the state and other states to participate. They've won a contest like a chili cook-off in Maryland, and now they want to see how they do at our event. And of course, we bring a lot of ticket holders in from different areas as well.
That was a very good summation of the entire project.
Thank you. I do it a lot.
Anticipated individuals attending. So very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
My only question is, both of these are one-day events, correct?
Correct.
How many hotel stays do you anticipate? I mean, obviously, if you're coming out from California, you're going to stay in a hotel.
Right.
That makes sense. But
yeah.
Would you say, like, if you had to guess a percentage of your audience that's either local or area counties versus people who likely have to stay in hotels?
It's hard to calculate the hotel stay. We do have it at the hotel, so we do know that a lot of them stay there.
Yeah.
If I had to answer in percentage, it would probably be 5 to 10% of our total audience.
Okay.
My question is a little bit more human service related.
Mm-hmm.
Are you connected to our system here?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
I'm wondering why, we have a group that are literally spanning a couple hundred providers that are, I think they do things better than government in many ways because they are resilient, they don't have barriers, and they are willing to serve the needs of the community in a direct way. And a lot of folks who do similar things to what you do, in providing essential household items for people who are going through domestic violence, issues with dependency, other major poverty and financial issues. And the goal really is to connect with people in times of need and crisis and have a network throughout the county that is doing something similar. So you can refer and hear from, people that are doing like-minded things,
right,
in a way that can help you serve more people.
Okay.
And I just, if I could get a card from you, I'd love to connect you with that group because it sounds like, there would be a lot of opportunity to get together and it'd be a whole group of folks you could market your events to
Right.
too, because they probably would want to be involved in something that would help the community.
Yeah,
in a strong.
it would be great.
Do you happen to have a card with
I don't
you?
have a card with me, but I can gladly email you some information or.
I'm just looking to connect.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
And anybody in the community willing to play a role, we've got to figure out a way to plug them in for a bigger purpose.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Next up, Another Way of Life.
And sir, before you leave, could you write down your information for me?
Hi,
Good morning. How does this work if they have two applications? Do they present for each application or they can present for each? Okay. All right. So we'll begin with the financial lit application. Unless you want to present them together, it's whatever you want to do, I guess. But want to make sure we view them both on their own merit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I start or do we?
Yeah, we'll wait for Commissioner Harwick to get back to the desk.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. That's fine. All right, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Nicole Best. I'm the founder of Another Way of Life. AWOL for short, but not in the negative term, just meaning absent from where one is expected to be. So we are a nonprofit who focuses on just showing different ways of success, redefining what success is. We mainly focus on financial literacy. That is our main pillar. We've been established for the past 5 years. This year's Financially Lit is July 11th. It's typically in April, which is Financial Literacy Month. Over the past 5 years, we have affected over 875 students and adults. Generational impact between interactive financial simulations for the children. So, with the children, they go through a real world financial simulation where they do the things that we do on a daily basis. I provide them a career. They have to budget that career from choosing the type of housing down to the car. Do you want a new car, a used car, a status car, all the way down to things like retirement. From what we've seen so far, it has had a great impact on the next generation, also the current generation, but it's a great learning tool for both as well. We've heard a lot of appreciation from the children because some of their family compositions, some of them have children, some of them have pets, and so they have to pay for childcare and they have to pay for pet care and all of those things. So we have found the children are more open and understanding of how money works. Some of them said they won't be having kids because they're too expensive, and others said they never knew this was how much their parents had to pay, and they would be more mindful with some of their requests. But Financially Lit is a free event that I've been doing the past 5 years. Also connected with a lot of other organizations. I'm a graduate of the MLK LDI, Leadership and Development Institute. So they've been very instrumental with helping, with partnering, with getting the word out. And again, this year we'll be going on year 5. It's very impactful because the children are learning about real world financial simulation or real world topics, but the adults are getting financial topics, estate planning, personal budgeting. We've talked about topics down to real estate. So it really just helps because financial literacy is a life skill that many aren't afforded the proper information on. Oh, and I have 15 seconds.
Okay, we can just go to questions. It's all right. It's all right.
You can yield your time.
Okay, I yield.
So, just to be clear, we're looking at the Financial Lit app specifically. Are there any questions?
My question is, and I'll be direct. This may, first of all, that what you are doing is extraordinarily valuable because we teach nothing about financial literacy in our schools. We teach nothing about financial literacy in the way and bad habits, credit problems, issues get passed down through generations based
Yes.
upon somebody's own experience and what they see in their household. So I want to
Yes.
tell you what you're doing is extremely valuable.
Thank
I'm
you.
thinking of Tim DeFore and others who put together financial literacy type events and thinking about ways to partner with folks like that. Now, the challenge is, and I'll just be honest, it's hard to figure out the way that you would fit into tourism. Like the idea of trying to attract people into hotels and market the region. Again, I think next year, if you want to think about how the tourism dollars may play a little bit more into attracting folks from outside in order to take care of this mission,
Mhm.
we should figure out some way to help you from a financial perspective because what you do is extraordinarily valuable.
Thank you.
I just don't know if this is the right sort of thing and funding source.
Okay.
So,
Do I have a chance to speak to that?
absolutely.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
One, Tim DeFleur, you're absolutely correct
Yep.
with the schooling. My financially lit curriculum has also been taught in schools as well. Nativity School, the Harrisburg High School, and Stilton High School as well. And Tim DeFleur was involved in that
Right.
as well. So far as the tourism, so there is an event that is a highly well attended event that did start out small. It's called Invest Fest. And Invest Fest is currently in Atlanta, Georgia, and that garners thousands of people because people are hungry and thirsty for financial knowledge. What I'm looking to do is upgrade this from a 1 day thing to a weekend thing because that's what Invest Fest is. With that, there would be about 35% of visitors coming from outside of the country, which will also include hotel stays, patronage, so on and so forth. But that's the main goal of it. It's really hard to, um,
Scale up.
yes, in one day. One is scale up, but two, give the impactful information in a 1 day thing. So this can be things where it's from small businesses to families to investing, but they don't have to go all the way down to Atlanta to get that type of information. So this is something that would be viable for the county
That's
if
great.
funded.
Understood.
Great. We'll move on to the FAME application.
Yes. All right. So FAME is the Fashion, Art, and Music Expo. And that came about. So the original one, this would be the second annual. The original one was actually in 2013. And what that encompassed was local musicians. We kept it local just because we were keeping it in a local area. Local musicians. We have fashion shows and fashion. I'm sorry. um, a fashion show um, and artists come in. So with the artists, we had artists come as far from Texas, New York, Maryland, and Philly. And what that looked like was an interactive cultural um, experience. And it's an expo because typically you'll have an art event, you may have a music event, you may have a fashion event. But this was something that encompassed all three, and it was able to affect a wide range of people. This was something that was only about a half a day, but it was very impactful, and people have been asking for it to come back. What it does is it pours back into the culture and the arts of the area. A lot of residents are longing for things to do aside from the same thing we always do. And I think what is the glue of that is culture, is art, is and connecting those. We have a lot of things that make us different, but one thing that makes us similar is our love for music, culture, and arts. When I first brought this here, we originally started just in this area. However, I am in contact and I'm in a network where we have hundreds of musicians and artists throughout the country, but also in Canada as well. I would prefer to do this here versus the other location. The other location is in Maryland, but because we started this here, I would prefer to do this here to bring it um, back to Dauphin County, to Harrisburg.
Harrisburg City is where it would happen.
Yes.
Can I also ask? You referenced multiple times bring it back. When did it last happen?
This was in 23.
23 was the last time it happened.
hmm And at that venue, we had two floors. The bottom floor was the music and art. Some of the artists were also outside, so that drew in additional people because it was like sidewalk um, art going on. Upstairs was the fashion show. This year would be a lot different because it would be more interactive. Um,
Is it a 1 day event or multiple days?
it would be multiple days. The goal is for it to be the weekend, which is the May 22nd weekend of next year. If it needed to be 1 day, we would keep it to 1 day, but the goal is for the weekend. That will also impact tourism and travel. Most of the funds will be going to marketing and regional marketing. So, Maryland, Pennsylvania, even New York, New Jersey, to have people actually come in. So, this is something that isn't just to be a local event or even just a Dauphin County event. People long for culture and they long for expos like this.
Any other question? Having it in the city, has the city provided any financial support with tourism money?
No.
Okay. All right.
And before you leave, are you here to support Merrick?
Yes, he's my
I
moral
just would like
support.
to recognize Merrick Green, the head of the Martin Luther King Leadership Development Institute. Had a graduation yesterday, and you mentioned Tim Four, who was a classmate of mine in the Martin Luther King
Oh,
Leadership Development
oh, you're a
Institute
fellow
as well.
alumni. Okay.
Yes, so I just wanted to acknowledge you and say thank you for all you do for the region.
If I could just mention one more thing. So we also, from our last Fame Expo, we also were able to turn that into a documentary. So we also put Harrisburg on the map in that way in the fashion aspect because we have the first It's called Black Excellence, the first Black fashion documentary in the state of Pennsylvania. We are listed internationally on an international media database. We are also on 4 other streaming platforms as well. So they all get to see what goes on in Harrisburg and the fashion and things in Harrisburg. And it's just more so to put Pennsylvania on the map for cultural events.
Great. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you so
Nicole.
much.
You're welcome. Have a
Yes.
great day.
Good to see you, Mary. All right, Appalachian Kayak.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm Stephanie Hoover with Appalachian Kayak.
Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you.
Yeah, you too. This one. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
So first I want to say thank you for giving us, all of us, a chance to talk about what we're passionate about. I think that this is really nice. So I started Appalachian Kayak about 5 years ago, and it's mainly based in northern Dauphin County. And so far all the presentations are more about things that are happening in Harrisburg. But northern Dauphin County is still part of Dauphin County.
It is.
And sometimes I feel like we're hurting for tax dollars, revenue, industry. So I try to do what I can to draw people up to northern Dauphin County. I've partnered with different other small businesses. We did a paddles and pedals where they did they made a flower arrangement or a succulent arrangement and had lunch and then went kayaking. The Armstrong Valley Winery is up there. We've done events partnered together. I try to refer my customers to local restaurants and, if they need a place to stay, recommend places to stay. So the other thing that I want to just bring to mind is that our river is very unique and it's a natural resource that draws people to the area. And I feel like it's important to be able to spread the word about that. So my daughter just finished school in Iowa, and we realized how we take for granted our local mountains and rivers, and because I was just flat. She's like, Mom, I miss mountains and I miss trees and rivers. So, and so, in the whole North Atlantic or Mid-Atlantic area, we do have this kind of terrain. However, rivers in Pittsburgh and rivers in Philly are bigger, it's a more industrial area. Susquehanna is really special because it's shallow. It doesn't have a lot of industry around it that's polluting it. So I think it's very special. As far as tourism, I've had people come from absolutely other counties, other states, other countries. I had a group come last year from China, and his email was actually Chinese characters, and I thought, is this real? Like, is this? But they were students at UPenn in Philly, and they wanted a holiday weekend, and so they came out and stayed in our area and kayaked for a day. I recently purchased rat cards, which I gave you a sample of there, and they were placed at kiosks all over Pennsylvania, so to draw people in from other parts of the state to our part of the state.
That's great. Good marketing. Do you want to go?
Yeah, I just want to thank you for highlighting the northern end. I'm glad you pointed that out. I totally agree with you.
Thank you.
The northern end is part of Dauphin County, and a very big part of it. I also want to thank you for including information on questions I was going to ask about the breakdown of some of its expenditures. You have it all right here.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
Congrats on 6 years too. That's great.
Thank you.
Can I just ask, so if if someone, because I see this not necessarily as your organization, I don't believe is going to probably have a ton of people that come in specifically for you and stay in a hotel. But what I do see it as is support to a greater, like if I'm already in the region for something, this is a great thing for me to get away and have a great experience in the
Yes,
region.
yes.
Helps market our
Yes,
region.
so
Helps
people that are in
people.
the town for a
Yep.
conference
People who
or
are
for
already
a,
here for
yeah,
tourism reasons, it's extra, and that's why I think getting these at so many of those kiosks is so important. And I think there's very valid tourism in this. Can I ask what like give us like the 20 or 30 second like when I come and rent with you, where do I start, where do I end, and then my kayaks are driven back to the start point, and I'm there. Like, tell me how that goes. Tell me how
Yep.
that whole process.
So I would meet you at the river wherever you're going to get out of the river, and you
Okay.
park your vehicle there. And then I take you upriver, however far you want to go. 6 miles is kind of a common length. And then I get you started. We unload. I go over how to paddle, landmarks to look for, all of that. And then you kayak back down. I'm there waiting for you. And then you can go eat and buy some gas.
Great. Awesome. Awesome. Very good. How big are the groups usually, or how many kayaks do you have total?
The biggest group I can take at one time is 14 because I have a
Awesome.
15 passenger van.
That's awesome.
But I have had some big groups. The other thing is that a lot of times it's an event, like it's a bachelorette party, or it's a, so then it's a huge group of people and they're also staying somewhere and it's a whole weekend.
Very good.
I think it's also what makes Dauphin County so valuable is you can have sort of an urban experience, and in
Yes.
less than 5 minutes you can be in a significant outdoor experience where you're enjoying every aspect to nature. And I think it does make it a much more attractive place both to live and to visit
Right.
when we have these amenities that are part of the marketing strategy.
Right.
So, and I think it's also good even internally, and I'm just going to put a plug for like team building.
Yes,
This
yes,
idea,
yes.
like
Yep.
for organizations and for folks to talk about how you.
Yep. Corporate team building.
but-
I had a group from MI that came out. I've had a few different. There's one booked in August. I don't know what the company is. He just said it's a logistics company. But yeah, they're going to do their boring stuff in the morning and then kayak in the afternoon.
Only one other thing, like as a part of this, and I know you need to promote your businesses, but it'd be nice to sort of put together an upper end listing of a Northern Dolphin listing of businesses, restaurants like Fire and Ice, and
Yep, yep.
other locations that if people are coming in those
So-
neck of the woods, that
Yep.
they would have sort of a quick resource guide.
I have that on my website. So like places to stay, places to eat.
Great.
Yeah.
This is great.
Okay, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Yeah. Anything else? Okay. Thank you very much.
That's what I was just getting ready to ask. Okay, should we go back through at the bottom of the hour? That's what I was going to ask. All right, 10:31 and Co. Hello.
Hi.
You'll start by stating your name, and then the clock will start. And then you'll have some time, 3 minutes to present, and then we'll ask questions.
Okay. My name's Honesty Brown. I hope at Honeybee more so.
What's up, Honey B?
What's up? How are you? Thank you for that. I'm a little stiff. So what I am trying to do is create a beauty and wellness experience for women, more so like a women's empowerment networking event. It would be it's an upscale beauty and wellness event designed to attract women across the tri-state area, some more southern states, and like New York, and then also New York, Jersey, things like that, to Harrisburg, Dauphin County more so. It'll be hosted in a curated setting. It's an experience that combines a professional makeup masterclass Then with a focused conversation on women's health, self-care, confidence, mental health issues, and just overall wellness. Um, I would have vendors and people contributing who practice holistic healing, therapists, they have clothing stores, herbal, like tea businesses, and just other beauty pros. Um, it is also to focus on mothers, like a mother appreciation. I do feel like mothers and women are the backbone of our ecosystem, and this event is to be a celebration for them. Um, yeah, I don't.
Where do you envision this event taking place?
I, as far as you mean, like, do you,
Like, do you have a venue in mind?
I don't have a specific venue in mind currently. I would prefer to find something more in like this kind of area that we're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would draw people, into these hotels here. Um,
Do you have a date
local
in mind?
businesses. I'm sorry.
Do you have a date or time of the year in
I
mind?
was thinking like September, October-ish. I wanted September because it would still be kind of, warm. The 1031 is comes from October 31st, so if it would be nice to have it then as well, but I did want to, people are more inclined to come out to things when it's nice out and
I see you focus on Mother's Appreciation. You think about ever tying something like this together for a Mother's Day event
so I actually wanted to do that. I just didn't have everything
together in time.
together at that time. I really wanted. I've always wanted to do like a nonprofit event or just a nonprofit, something to help women, young girls somehow. And I never knew how to do that. And now that I am a professional in the beauty world, I kind of just wanted to take what I do and somehow give something to the women. And I also do like 2,000 like 2.5K worth of free services a year just to give back to um, women and trying to help and things like that. So, but yeah, for to answer your question, I would love to do something on a Mother's Day or for Mother's Day around that time frame. Like I said, I just didn't have everything together to do that this year, but next year and years moving forward, I would love to.
I mean, it sounds like you have an inspiration and a willingness to try to give back. Thanks for stepping out and doing something a little bit different than what you're used to and thinking about the community at large. So I
Yes,
appreciate you.
thank you.
Yep.
Questions? All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is anybody from AACA here? All right, we will move to the next hour. And, next, I have Asian Refugees United.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning. Just as we're starting a new hour, I'll probably go through just so everyone, if you haven't been here, we're going to start by stating your name. You'll have 3 minutes to share about your application. Then the commissioners will ask some questions. We're trying to keep each to 5 minutes if possible. That's kind of the goal. So if you can be concise in your answers, or if you expect more questions, you can shorten your presentation. So.
Yeah, good morning, Commissioner. My name is Nawal with Asian Refugees United. We're here, and I have my colleague here, Pamela, and then we're asking here for grant for two of our programs, annual programs that Asian refugees host here in Central Dauphin County. One of the one that I'm going to talk about is our Galosing Memorial Championship, which happens every summer, which is focused on wellness of the community. It is a soccer tournament that brings in players from different states. In the past, we have had multiple states like Ohio, Michigan, Maryland involved in the championship, bringing in up to 8 to 10 uh, teams, and this year we have expanded our games to not just men but also women. So we'll have a mothers team as well. So when I say this wellness is also focused primarily for our adults, our parents' age. Uh, Asian Refugees United primarily works with the youth. So this is something that we have been trying to integrate our elders, our parents into the work that we do. And through that, yeah, this year we're hoping to expand that. This usually occurs in the City Island area where we have vendors, food vendors that are coming in to set up sales. Yeah, I will take a pause and pass it to Amna here.
Yeah, so with them coming in, they'll be staying in hotels, which bring in a lot of revenue as well. And then they go and support local businesses. They're usually Nepali, so a lot of Nepali businesses, but then also a lot of other activities to do outside of the soccer tournament that they come for. Another one of our programs is Camp for Emerging Leaders. Typically, we have participants meeting virtually. They're able to join from all different states. This year, we have about 36 young youth leaders from age of 18 to I'd say like 30s. Um, and when they come, usually we stay in Camp Hebron. Um, and then they also are able to like support local businesses as well. Majority of them are from outside of Pennsylvania. We've had um, we've had people come from California, from Ohio. Yeah.
Good for questions.
Yeah.
Great. I attended the soccer, I guess, football tournament.
Yeah.
I'll say it, football. I
Yeah,
guess.
thank you.
And it was very well attended. That was a good event on City Island. It was. I was surprised how big it was too. So yeah, that was great. Um, Tell us a little bit about the Camp for Emerging Leaders. Obviously, Camp Hebron, I'm familiar with. How many students typically, and then uh, what do they learn there? Give me like 30 seconds on kind of what that camp
I can
teaches.
speak on that a little bit.
Because I know you do a lot of work with youth, and I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
really important that we highlight that.
Yeah, so Camp for Emerging Leaders is one of the programs that I myself run. It is focused on really building community building and youth leadership building program, which focuses on youth across the United States. This year, we are focusing on understanding understanding the Asian American movement and Asian American migration in the United States, and what does it mean to be an Asian American in this country, and as we're facing so much, violence within the community. So we're trying to understand and find our own identity, and it's a way to bring in youth from across the country. That's how I also joined ARU. Someone mentioned Iowa today. I'm actually from Iowa, and the reason I moved to Harrisburg area is because of the work of Asian Refugees United and the Camp for Emerging Leader that I got to participate back in 2022, and that was the work that pulled me to move to Harrisburg. And yeah, my family are still in Iowa, and I'm here trying to do the work with the community. So it's also evidence of the work that we're trying to do to really build youth leadership in the work in the community.
Any other questions?
I don't have a question. I just want to say that I was at the one event at Camp Hebron several years ago, and it was a packed event, and like barely find parking. Had to park like a 5-minute walk away. It was well attended.
Thank you for all you do and your participation. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the time.
Next up, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
How you doing? You got your knuckles bare? You ready to go?
Yes, sir.
And you bring your sparring partner here?
Not. We've been working with these guys since the
Big
get-go.
UFC fight last night.
Huge one.
Yeah.
Wildly successful. Well, thank you all for your time. My name is Nathan Shook. I'm the Chief Talent Officer for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. And I'm here today to talk to you about Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship and what I'll do for the county. We're aiming to do a live event at the Giant Center. This would provide significant economic and promotional benefit for the county BKFC is widely considered to be the fastest growing combat sport in the world. With millions of dedicated fans, a BKFC event would likely attract attendees from not only other parts of Pennsylvania, but also New Jersey, Maryland, New York, Ohio, and other nearby markets, many of whom would travel to this area just for this event. The influx of visitors would benefit hotels, restaurants, bars, stores, other transportation providers, entertainment venues, both within the county, specifically the Hershey-Harrisburg region. A BKFC event would generate substantial spending. We anticipate between 7,000 and 10,000 spectators for the event, with a total direct visitor spending surpassing $2 million. Additional revenue would be generated through the parking fees, food and beverage sales, local taxes, and venue-related employment opportunities. Just to go over some numbers really quickly, combat sporting events typically attract a large percentage of out-of-market visitors, based on an average of 30% of our attendees requiring overnight accommodations due to travel from more than 50 miles away. A BKFC event could generate between 1,600 and 2,400 hotel room nights in the county, which would provide increased occupancy for local hotels, generate additional spending on dining, shopping, fuel, and entertainment. A lot of these people then would obviously stay to experience the Hershey attractions, which would give a significant impact as well. BKFC events are streamed nationally and internationally through digital broadcasting platforms and on social media channels. Hosting a BKFC event would place the county and Hershey in front of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of viewers, creating valuable destination marketing at little or no cost. Event broadcasts, better interviews, promotional content, and media coverage would showcase the region's hospitality, attractions, and the ability to host major sporting events. Just to go over some quick numbers, the attendance that I said we're expecting is between 7,000 and 10,000 spectators. We've surpassed this number in Philadelphia, our last two events in January of last year and February of this year. Both did over 17,000 live attendees. Our Sturgis one, which people pay to go to Sturgis to the campgrounds and they get to watch the event for free. Some of those numbers were anticipated to have surpassed 30,000 attendees. So based on those numbers, we expect the direct visitor spending to be roughly $1.5 to $2.5 million. Hotel room nights, we staff about 300 hotel room nights just for our staff. And then at minimum, we're looking at about 1,600 hotel rooms for the guests. At a base of $179 a night, we pretty much put our people up, and we recommend places like the Courtyard Marriott. So I got the number off of the Courtyard Marriott Hershey. Local tax revenue would be around $250,000. And lastly, we expect the total economic impact to be between $2.5 and $4 million.
Can I just ask,
Yes.
what's the season of bare knuckle fighting look like from like a sporting, standpoint? Is this kind of like the Super Bowl when it says fighting championship, or like is this like, I'm just more curious because
All year
fighting is
round.
different than other sports. So you obviously just have marquee cards, and then you have like, so I guess I'm just curious where this fits in. Is this like a season? Is this the culmination of a season? Is this more just like a big championship fight? Like, can you explain that a little bit, just as it's a new sport and I'm sure it's evolving?
Absolutely. Great question for it. Unlike basketball or football, we do events every month.
Yep.
Right now, we're tracking about 3 shows a month around the world. So, for example, this coming weekend, we're in Tennessee. The following weekend, we're in Indiana. July 3rd, the following weekend, we're down in Philadelphia. We'll do about 12,000 to 15,000 down there. Then we head overseas 2 weeks after that. We're in Italy. The following week, we're in Uruguay. And then we're up to we're in UK, the Sturgis. So we're doing about 3 shows every single month. This event is special to us. Our 165-pound champion is a UFC veteran named Dustin Pegg. Dustin's from the local area here, trains here. He works in the government here as the correctional officer. I'm not sure his exact title. He would be defending his world title against a guy named Rico Franco, who won what we call an interim title. Dustin was out with an injury. He'd be defending his title against Rico. So it'd be a major event for this area for a hometown fight.
Greg, would you like to add anything?
I'm excited about this. I think the numbers that Nate is talking about is conservative, which is the way when we go about our daily business, we try to keep things on the conservative side. But if they're going to pack Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia with the largest attendance for any combat event in the history of the city of Philadelphia, I'm quite certain that they'll be able to fill every seat at Giant Center.
Thank you.
Do you have a date for this already?
We're targeting the fall.
So I just remember UFC when we had two fighters, Philip Davis and Ed Ruth, and attempting to do major attempts to get Dana White to look at us. We did video flybys and really tried to promote the Giant Center because it's the only championship I think neither guy won, and then they were world champions and national champion wrestlers. So we understand that marketing and investment in these areas it's a competition world. So everywhere you're going is trying to work with you to provide incentives because of the economic impact. And I hope the board would understand that in the competitive world, sometimes those kind of partnerships are critically important in order to lure the events here. I think it's a great opportunity for the region. So,
yes, sir. And just on a final note, you mentioned about the UFC, and like Greg mentioned, we broke their record in Philadelphia, and we have the largest combat sporting attended indoor record in Philadelphia. So we're only 8 years old, and we are from Pennsylvania, and we want to keep continuing to bring large events here.
So the base of the bare knuckle fighting is a Pennsylvania-based business.
Yes, sir. Where
are you located?
We're headquartered out of Broomall.
Okay, got it. Sounds like a good business operation. You guys are doing well.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Good.
You said that you go to a lot of cities. What support are you getting from other cities?
Each one is typically worked with the venue. So they could be like co-pros where it's some sort of revenue share. Right now, there's such a demand for us because we're the fastest growing sport out there. We're breaking records for indoor venues. So we're having demands from concerts now to get involved with concerts. We're doing Sturgis. So now they're starting to reach out. It's mostly been deals worked through venues, local marketing, tax breaks, ticket, promotional ticket incentives. But as we're starting to grow, countries are reaching out to us. We're going down to Uruguay, working with the local government there. We're going out to Italy. So now they're seeing that we're drawing in millions of dollars. And I think where it kind of switched over is when Conor McGregor got involved, because once his name got attached as an owner to it, now people start reaching out saying, how do we get a piece of BKFC to come to our area to bring spotlight to our area?
So these things will come.
Yes, our team went out to Vegas. They just had the Economic Impact Symposium, I guess it was called. And we had meetings with, I believe, 60 different governments. And now we're starting to get to information, and we're kind of doing the rack and stack, right? So we're from here. We have one of our champions is from the county. So it only makes sense to start targeting these as the first. And if there's little or no interest there, then move on to ones in different regions. Absolutely, man.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Were you a bare knuckle fighter?
No, I retired from the Air Force, moved back here with my family, and Dave started the company, and I was working with him for about 20 years, even while I was active. So
got it. I just want to see, if you had some lethal hands with us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you all.
Next up, we have Beehive Affordable Housing Outreach. Good morning. If you have a handout, you can bring it on up.
Good morning. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Ready?
Whenever you're ready to go.
All right.
Yeah.
Good morning, and thank you for the opportunity to speak with you this morning. Beehive Affordable Housing Outreach is a Dauphin County-based nonprofit dedicated to housing stability, affordable housing development, and community resilience. In 2027, we will host the 5th annual Shades of Honey Gala, our signature fundraising and community engagement event. Over the past 4 years, the gala has steadily grown in attendance, sponsorships, and regional visibility. Most recently, in April of 2026, we hosted our most successful gala to date. The event sold out for the first time and attracted attendees from Washington, D.C., Maryland, New Jersey, Philadelphia, and Chester. Through my connection as a Milton Hershey School alumni, we were honored to welcome nationally recognized author and former White House Social Secretary for President Barack Obama, Disha Dyer, as our keynote speaker. The event generated direct economic activity within Dauphin County. Guests including our keynote speaker stayed at the Hilton Harrisburg. We utilized Purcell Hall at Milton Hershey School and partnered with local businesses including DJ Bop, Hits 360 Media, C&J Catering, and Nothing But Cakes. The tourism impact is already happening. We have demonstrated that Shades of Honey can attract visitors from outside the region while supporting local hospitality, entertainment, venue, and service providers. Our request today is not simply about hosting a larger gala. We are intentionally building towards a regional housing and community development summit that will eventually become a multi-day destination event, culminating with the Shades of Honey Gala. The 2027 event serves as an important bridge towards that vision. With support from Dauphin County Tourism Grant, we believe we can significantly expand our regional reach, attract additional overnight guests, and increase spending with local businesses. At the same time, the grant allows more of the revenue generated through ticket sales, sponsorships, and fundraising to remain available for Beehive's housing stability and affordable housing programs rather than being absorbed by our expenses. Simply put, this investment creates a double return: increased economic impact for Dauphin County and increased community impact throughout Beehive's programs. Four successful grant galas have demonstrated that there is interest. Our sold-out event in April 26 demonstrated there is demand. With your partnership, we can continue growing Shades of Honey into a signature regional event that showcases Dauphin County and again supports local businesses, attracts visitors, and strengthens our community. Thank you for your consideration and support.
Thank you. Questions?
I'm interested in hearing sort of this how some idea that you're going to put on the backside of this and how you envision that.
Absolutely. So we have a lot of great summits in the area. PHFA puts on one. There's a Home Within Reach conference that comes out at Hershey Lodge. They are much bigger than what we've seen. Than what I would like to do. I'd like to do something a little bit more homegrown, focused on topics like domestic violence in housing, reentry in housing. So we would have speakers come in. We have an author that I read a book called Evicted. It's an amazing book. This gentleman speaks from the part of landlords as well as tenants, and I would love to have him actually come out and speak to us at the first event. But essentially, it will be a bunch of different seminars, some talking. We would obviously invite community members to come out. That would be something free of charge. We often invite community members to our galas free of charge, and so that's really where I see it growing. At some point, we're at a nice weekend summit where Friday we have sessions and things, and again, culminating with the Shades of Honey Gala.
More local impact issues rather than replacing sort of broader housing summit.
Absolutely.
I just want to congratulate you on your success and your initiatives. I know as you've started a seed and sort of an idea moving into the affordable housing space, you've done some great work. We appreciate your part.
Thank you. Yep. I appreciate it.
Sold out events, guest staying at the Harrisburg Hilton, a Milton Hershey graduate, keeping it local.
That's what got his attention.
And Penn State, so we are.
Oh, yeah, right here too. Purcell Hall, Milton Hershey School, been there for many events. Great place, great. This is good information. Thank you for providing this too. It looks like it was packed. I'm sure Pete Gert and the folks at Milton Hershey are very proud of you.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, Black and White Party, Inc.
Good morning.
Morning.
All right. So my name is Bobby Onspach. I'm representing the Pride Festival of Central Pennsylvania, which is a project of the Black and White Party Incorporated. I'm here today to request your support through the Dauphin County Tourism Grant Program for a high-impact, large-scale summer tourism event that will directly activate our local economy, showcase the capital city, and draw hundreds, if not thousands, of visitors to Dauphin County. In late August, we're looking to bring a major concert event to Riverfront Park, currently finalizing talent creations to secure globally recognized pop icons. Specifically, we're targeting Rebecca Black and BB Rexa. With the caliber of these artists is a massive draw on its own, the true game changer is the proposal. With the backing of this grant, we would be able to offer this concert completely free admission. By removing the barrier of the ticket price, free admission guarantees a massive surge in attendance, pulling in an audience and dedicated music fans not just from across Pennsylvania, but from neighboring tourism markets like Baltimore, D.C., and New York. The grant represents a direct investment in local business and countywide tourism. By having a free waterfront concert means visitors packing downtown restaurants, cafes, bars, and retail before the show, and even late into the evening. Dedicated fans travel for artists of this stature. Out-of-town visitors taking advantage of a free event are motivated to make a weekend of it, booking hotel stays right here in Dauphin County and driving up overnight occupancy tax revenue. This grant will also help us fund our marketing campaigns to target the tri-state and mid-Atlantic regions because we want to ensure that across the region people know that Dauphin County is a place to be for this top-tier entertainment. Pride Festival of Central Pennsylvania has a proven track record of bringing people together safely and successfully. And utilizing this grant to make a pop music concert entirely free to the public, we are delivering a spectacular win for our community and a powerful driver for local commerce. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you. Can I ask about the marketing plan? Like, do you know how much of this grant would go to marketing specifically?
So $30,000 will go to the artist production and everything involved with securing the artist. The rest of the money would go to marketing. We're thinking billboards, commercials, even as simple as Facebook ads. Spending the money to do the social media marketing as well to get it out there to everybody.
Gotcha.
So we do our own marketing now. We just reach basically just the capital area. We don't really branch out beyond. But with something of this caliber, we have to.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I actually have two questions. The first one is you mentioned it would be at Riverfront.
Yes.
Is this tied in with what Frank Schofield is?
Yes. I've been talking with Frank Schofield since, my gosh, probably February about working with this, getting this thing going.
He's been doing this for multiple years at HU, and now his new group's been there. And I've been to a couple of concerts, and there's thousands of people that attend his concerts. I have a marketing question for you, Sharon. It's not just this specific applicant, but several of the applicants so far have been bringing up marketing. And then the one was having an event in July. This one's in August. Is that enough time, considering that today's the middle of June and these events are in July, August? Is there enough time to market, so to speak?
Yeah,
because when I think of marketing, I think of months down the road in preparation for this, but I'm just asking you from your experience.
Yeah, I think if they have a marketing plan already put together, social posts ready, billboards ready, that type of thing, I think, for something like this, you're probably looking at more of a 30 to 45 day window for marketing. So, yeah, I think
So there's
in
time.
this specific case, we can have time.
Thank you.
I've got two questions. The first one is you talked about you doing your own marketing, but you'd have to scale up for an event like this, and you just heard like 30 to 45 day runtime. Do you have a partner in mind?
We have Grand Rising Curations is the company that we're working with to get the artists. They would provide us like the materials we would need to produce. We have our own marketing team in the Pride Festival of Central Pennsylvania that would work, that would draw graphic design, all that stuff that would make our marketing to post.
Because again, for your audience and where your reach is, are you advertising to the DC, Baltimore? Because what makes us attractive is we want to use these kind of events to sort of hit our target market region, which is folks who are driving here from Maryland, Washington D.C., New York, New Jersey, Baltimore, and an event like this would be an attraction that if you could get the message out to those various groups. And I would just simply ask, beyond your current marketing piece, I'd be interested in funding the marketing of something like this, that we sort of what's your plan to get that message out to those targeted audiences?
Just reaching out to the contacts that we do have within media and getting the billboards out there. Cumulus Media is a contact we have, and they have a broad range of their radio stations throughout the country. So we could definitely.
So through radio
advertisements and, like I said, billboards.
Okay. And then secondly, I know Commissioner Douglas has asked this question. I think we know the answer, but I'm still going to ask it for the record. Is there any city tourism monies that are part of this?
We haven't gotten any city tourism grants.
All right.
Have you gotten any city money at all?
No.
I think it's key to mention, though, the one word that I've heard multiple times during your presentation is it's a free event. And
that's our goal, is to make it
if that's not able to market people to come in.
I mean, we want to use all levels of tourism and types of activities in order to draw people in this region, and the city would be the largest beneficiary of something like this if we get sort of a regional approach. And again, their partnership in tourism would be, certainly a help in a lot of these.
You had come right after he presented, but 717 Live, Commissioner Douglas and I both asked about the city, and he said that he had not communicated with them to the extent for funding yet, but he had actually let them know about the event. But I mentioned at that point that moving forward, the city has their own tourism dollars. A lot of these events are within city limits. The city needs to be more of a partner with us moving forward.
And I would ask Sharon, just for the public's perspective, if you could at some point over these next couple of days of hearings break down sort of how the tourism monies work. What the legislation enables, how hotel taxes come into the region, how much of those dollars are distributed, and sort of what ways. Because I think there's a lot of people that don't understand that the city receives a significant contribution of county-based tourism monies to be able to reinvest from hotel tax that could be a partnership in these kinds of events, along with sort of where those county dollars go. I think that education would be helpful to a lot of folks. Thank you.
All right, Bobby, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Blessed to Give, Inc.
Morning.
Good morning, Carla. How are you?
I'm good. I want to start with my events free. Heard that's the key word we should say.
Is that the favorite four-letter word?
It's the favorite word right now. Good morning, commissioners. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to present today. My name is Carla Hill, founder of Blessed to Give, Inc., a Harrisburg-based nonprofit organization that has been serving youth and families through Dauphin County for over 10 years. Actually, after I leave here today, I'll be going to the funeral of the youth that passed away on Derry Street last year. Today, I'm presenting the Blessed to Give Celebrity Sports Weekend, a two-day event designed to bring former professional athletes, college athletes, alumni, business families, and visitors into Dauphin County while creating a positive impact for our youth. Dauphin County, especially Harrisburg, has a strong history of producing incredible athletic talent. Our goal is to bring that talent back home, celebrate those accomplishments, and use the stories to inspire the next generation. The first day of the celebrity golf tournament, will feature a celebrity golf tournament at Dauphin County Highlands course hosted by our very own Robert Pint Tate. Robert is a Harrisburg graduate and a former NFL player. He played for the Cardinals, the Vikings, and the Ravens, who has participated in celebrity golf tournaments across the country, especially in Minnesota, where he built relationships during his career with the Minnesota Vikings. This event gives us the opportunity to bring back the same experience to Dauphin County by attracting former athletes, golfers, sponsors, alumni, businesses, and supporters from outside our region. Visitors traveling into Dauphin County will support our local economy through hotel stays, restaurants, local businesses, golf tourism, entertainment, and attraction. Day 2 is the youth football camp and leadership experience. The second day will focus on our youth football camp and mentorship experience. Blessed to Give has a proven record of hosting large athletic events. We had the privilege of hosting Michael Parsons' youth football camp during his first 2 years, serving over 300 youth. These events demonstrate that sports can bring families together, attract visitors, and put a positive spotlight on Dauphin County. Our recent youth camp that I did with Pint, this is our second year doing it. We had approximately 150 youth from throughout Dauphin County and surrounding communities. The camp also attracted coaches, athletes, and leaders traveling from New York, Washington, Maryland, and other areas. These visitors created additional tourism impact through overnight stays, dining, and spending within our county. The camp is bigger than football. Youth participants will learn football fundamentals and skill development, teamwork, leadership, accountability, discipline, goal setting, healthy lifestyles, and the importance of education and positive decision making. Most importantly, they will connect with mentors who can say, I came from a community like yours and success is possible. Why this event matters for Dauphin County tourism is Blessed to Give Celebrity Sports Weekend is designed to become an annual signature event that grows each year. This is not only a fundraiser or a football camp, this is a sports tourism opportunity. By bringing athletes back home and inviting, is my time up? Okay, that's fine. Y'all
You
got
could,
y'all
okay.
got the
All right.
gist.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Can I ask what the date is for this? Do you have a date?
We want to do it in August.
August?
And are you involved with, I know you know everybody, Carla, but are you involved with other folks that have committed to this? Like,
So I'm also having one in July with Sean Lee. Sean Lee Jr. just graduated from from Harrisburg, and he's currently at Pitt. So we're also doing a youth football camp too. So really, all the camps are going to be working together to make it a bigger impact.
because I'm thinking we've got all these from LaShawn McCoy
Yes.
to, Troy Drake was just here this weekend, inducted in the Hall of Fame. We've got a myriad, Mike Parsons. Like the list is long.
Absolutely.
It would be just a vision when you said bringing all those athletes together. It would be great to have a day where
They all come together.
they all come together, and that'd be something I think that would sort of bring some kind of vibe and ways to get kids engaged and involved.
Absolutely.
And something like that I think would be really, really
Absolutely
a worthwhile opportunity.
Well, thank you for bringing up the name Robert Pint Tate. It's been years, but I remember watching ESPN Sports Center and watching him return punts at the University of Cincinnati when he put them on the map. But I would argue that he was just as good, if not a better, basketball player.
I think he was like he was amazing. Well, he's older than me, but he was amazing in track. He was track, basketball, football. Like he was an all-around sport.
And a great all-around guy
Yes.
too. I worked for many years with a cousin of his, Kenneth Pete Tate.
Gotcha.
Many years, and the Tate family, great people. Just glad that you mentioned that name. Good to see that he's coming back into the area.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Also done some great work around dyslexia.
Yes, he does.
It's something he was challenged with
Right.
From the young age, and his mom has a foundation as well that continues to bring light to those issues.
So the tourism grant funds, can you let us know what specifically those will go towards? Like what?
It would go to the preparation, like even like buying things for the events. Like if we have to buy from food, it wouldn't really be marketing because we can just do that by name recognition. So it really would just be preparing for the events and getting everything that they would need for the golf tournament. Kind of speaks for itself mostly, but just preparing to make sure that we have the funds for the breakfast, the lunches, to make sure we have like supplies for the kids that they can get after the event's over. So just the generic, because we didn't ask for a lot of funding because like most of it will speak for itself.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good to see you, Carla.
Thanks, Carl. Borough of Hummelstown. Grow to go. Brothers and Sisters Making a Difference, Inc.
And just for the record, a couple of these applicants have contacted me. I don't know if they contacted my colleagues, saying that due to work responsibilities, some of them were not going to be able to be here to present.
Like what, Hummelstown?
I think it was Hummelstown. There were a couple that contacted in advance. I think Delaney from Bro to Go had also reached out.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Brothers and Sisters
How you guys
Making
doing
a
today?
Good. How are you?
I'll wait till it starts.
Nope, you're good. You
Okay,
can just state your name to start and
All right.
then give us 3 minutes.
Good morning again. My name is Ellis Proctor. I proudly represent the organization Brothers and Sisters Making a Difference Incorporated. We are a nonprofit organization based out of Harrisburg since 2012. Our aim is to instill morals and cultivate high self-esteem to not only youth, but to our adults as well. We feel like everyone needs some type of support system. Through our 4 pillars, academic enrichment, arts and music, community service, and athletics, we try to reach all the people in the community. We're here just to ask for some assistance with our athletic portion. We host the BMD Summer and Winter Leagues now. We've been doing this since 2017. We actually host 2 annual meetings a year. We have one in the winter and we have one in the summer now. They host about 500 individuals, about 300 adults, men and women, and about 180 youths. Through our leagues, we try to touch the youth, teach them all the life lessons that they can use through basketball. One of the key things is discipline, teamwork, confidence in self, and just a love for athleticism and recreation. Um, we see tourism as a reason for bringing people into the county, and since 2017, I think our leagues have done that. Um, we have a 40 and over league now. We have an all women's league now. We have an adult men league, and we also have our three youth division leagues: a junior grassroots league that houses the 5 to 9 year olds. We have the 10 to 12, which is our grassroots league, and then we have a junior high league, which is our 12 to 14. Um, our main three rules for the youth is be respectful, play hard, and have fun. And we try to instill a lot of life lessons through those three things: being respectful, listening, body language, paying attention. With these funds, we'll use them for facility costs. We'll use them for trophies, awards. We'll use them for uniforms, any other costs that we can do to lower the cost for the participants. And like we said, that four-letter word free and make it free. It's free to come in our events. Um, for the past 2 years, we have asked for just $1 donation to come in, and you get to see all of our games. And like I said, we do it in the summer. We usually start around April. We end in July. We try to start right before August, and in the winter we start around September and we end in January. So those are our two big seasons. Thank you guys very much.
Do you play in a variety of gyms or just one gym?
We're actually trying to expand it to the city. We started out in Sioux Drive, out off of Derry Street. I think I've seen a couple of you guys there. Great event. Our older leagues, we don't play outside anymore, so we actually play in the city at Nativity, up in Fifth and Maclay.
Is that on Sundays?
Yes, yes,
I know that league. I know that league.
Yes, we play Sunday mornings, and that's a big reason why I was saying we bring teams. We had a team from Philly the past 3 seasons, so they come Saturdays, they stay over. We have a team from Columbia this year. Well, we have a team from York this year, so we're definitely expanding our arm throughout the counties in different cities, in the area. As far as the youth, we bring teams from Perry County, Cumberland County. We're definitely trying to expand and get more high school teams. That'll be a division that I think we'll add in the near future. But just the expansion, the togetherness, the love. We call our leagues the Brotherhood League and the Sisterhood League, and I think that's what we embody in our leagues.
I've attended a couple of these games in the past, and it may not look like it's generating local business. Kids are coming in from all around, carloads coming here. You go to a game and you watch, and you talk about purchasing things from a local business, and there's Gatorade bottles, Powerade bottles, hundreds of them a day that these kids are purchasing at the local Sheets and mini markets and stuff too.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to add that in, above and beyond
They
what's going
definitely
on.
experienced Dauphin County, Hershey Park. I mean, we got a lot of people.
And you're not the only group doing this. I know Don Ross, who was the assistant head coach at Harrisburg for 17 years under Coach Smallwood, he's also doing a summer
grassroots
event
league,
too
yeah.
that brings the kids in from Steelton, Harrisburg,
amazing.
Hershey, Lower Dauphin. I mean, they play the games there. So
Sports athleticism, that's one of the biggest growing tourism sectors too. So, I mean, people come to enjoy and have fun.
I'm glad you brought that up too. My kid used to play travel baseball, travel hockey, and you talked about youth sports and the amount of
money spent,
the revenue generated from that, and that you're bringing the families in from other states. They stay with the teams. I mean, it's a big money deal.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm surprised we don't have more of a push here in Dauphin County for these sports locations where you have the softball fields, the baseball fields, the lacrosse fields, the hockey rinks.
We definitely need some more athletic fields in the area, I believe. Spooky Nook kind of just shook up the whole area, but
I think Sharon has something to add on that. There's a huge need.
No, I was just going to comment on, yes, we need more fields in Dauphin County.
Yeah, we do.
Sports is a big.
And there's no saying build it, they will come. But they're
Yeah.
coming all over the place. But in Dauphin County, I know that Hershey has that soccer event each year. You get 20,000 people coming in for that. And I mean, youth sports is a huge deal.
My question is though, you know, everybody has their own leagues, right? There's a whole load of summertime leagues that are happening. Is there any way to build some kind and also have like the championship of some like
Champions and the champions and the
which would be
champions.
great for the commissioners to be able to sponsor and something along those lines where you're bringing all of the people that have played all summer together to a larger event that is sponsored in some location that could bring a major tourism
Right.
opportunity. That's sort of the idea of working together to get the
We
summer.
work with organizations like Loop, Duke Burnett, as Loop. We work hard to guard a lot. So we work a lot of organizations that do have kids. That they put teams in our league, just to show support and just for everyone to kind of rub shoulders and at the end of the day, we're all trying to help each other and help the county and just make this place a better place. And I just think that's our responsibility.
Well, and keep kids in a constructive, positive environment. Show some mentorship. I mean, I think all those things have major positive benefits. I'm just thinking about from a tourism perspective, putting something on that would be a major draw and a consolidation effort or at least a championship effort for all those summer.
One thing that fell through last year real quickly, we have a team that comes from Philly, and we were going to have their champion play our champion. And it didn't happen last year, but we aim to do it this year.
Let's do a Dauphin County Rucker. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm thinking. Like we have so many good athletes here, and we've got guys on the national stage, guys that are coming up, having some level. I mean, that's a national event in New York City, and people look forward to it every year. I mean, your vision always is how can you make something bigger, better. I think we got the talent and the draw.
Definitely do.
So,
great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ellis.
Hey, thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Next up, Camp Hebron.
People would think a little bit bigger. What was that? Wish people would think a little bit bigger.
Morning. How you doing? With Camp Hebron, I've met some of you. You've supported us for many years. Thank you so much. We do pay a lot into the hotel tax, being a nonprofit, so it'd be great to recoup some of that and put it back into our campground, especially for gravel. We'd like to purchase a lot of gravel because that campground area floods a lot. Since we've gotten a lot of support from you guys, 12 years ago when I started Camp Hebron, we had about 13,000 guests. We have nearly 21,000 guests now per year. So that's pretty amazing. We get people from actually even all over the world that come to Camp Hebron. I don't know how they find us, but I know you've helped us update our website, and I know that's part of it. And Google Ads, of course. And we just do a lot of niche things here. And Camp Hebron's a lighthouse. I don't have to sell you on Camp Hebron in our community, Northern Dauphin County. If we didn't have these nonprofits there, it wouldn't be a great place. It really wouldn't. So I'm representing 5 nonprofits, so you'll be seeing me tomorrow and Wednesday for some other ones too. But Camp Hebron's close to my heart because lives are really transformed there. It gives people a place of respite where they can disconnect, get from their electronics, and they connect with other people and have those face-to-face conversations. And we know creativity happens in boredom. Right? And we don't know how to be bored anymore. And Camp Hebron's one of those places where people can enjoy the outdoors. We border the Appalachian Trail. We have 340 acres, just a wonderful place. And that's one of the things we really need to do is our campground. And that's where we get a lot of people from out of town that come. And I think that's where it fits beautifully into the tourism aspect. We also would like to do, obviously, some marketing towards the campground. We did open up 4 glamping sites, too, a couple years ago. And you guys were part of that, too, and helping us with the publicity for that. I don't know what else to say. Just a great place, lots to do. We have kayaking and paddle boating, and our pool's open, and camp started yesterday. We have over 700 campers coming in for that, for summer camp, and our camp's full every weekend, almost is pretty booked. So that's exciting. And like I said, we get people from everywhere, New York, New Jersey. We have all nationalities that come, Chinese groups, Asian groups, African-American groups. We do a lot of team building. We have companies come in, do team building. We have forestry groups come in and cut down our trees and do all our forestry stuff. So lot of partnerships in the community too, pouring tens of thousands of dollars into our local region in northern Dauphin County, especially our campground guests. We also have our full-time staff. They shop at Sheets, they buy their gas, they shop, get their groceries and everything. So we're pouring, if Camp Hebron wasn't there, it would be a lot harder on our economy in northern Dauphin County. Because people that live there too, they don't like to leave and come over the mountain. Like me coming over from Millersburg this morning now, but I'm from New York, but originally, but yeah, just people love to stay and there, and they eat there and they shop there, and it would be just great if you guys would consider supporting us again. But I do want to thank you for all your past support too.
How much of the 10K request would go to marketing?
Probably 3,000 would go to marketing and 7,000 because we really need a lot of gravel down there at the campground.
Well, I, for one, am very grateful for Camp Hebron. My kids have been there through, I think, Lower Dauphin when you're in fifth grade. All the fifth graders go
Yes, they do.
across the region, and they always have a great experience at the camp. So thanks
Thank
for all
you.
you guys do.
And they're still coming.
I fully support this ask, and what a wonderful presentation you just gave, too, covering all the various things that take place there and the impact.
Camp Hebron is a staple. Your kids go there. I remember myself going there in third grade. That's how long that thing's been around.
Almost 50, I think over 50 years is when our first school group started coming up. So
it's been a staple, and we're glad to be a part of helping to continue to keep it vibrant.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Capital Area Therapeutic Riding Association.
Patrick first, real first. Good morning. Still morning.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here today. My name is Ben Nolt. I'm representing the Capital Area Therapeutic Riding Association today. We respectfully request your support for the Kentucky Derby Gala through the county tourism. The Catra Kentucky Derby Gala is much more than a fundraiser. It is a premier community event that combines entertainment, philanthropy, and tourism while creating a meaningful economic impact throughout Dauphin County. It was inspired by the excitement and the tradition of the Kentucky Derby. The gala offers guests an unforgettable evening featuring signature cocktails, dinner, live horse racing, a DJ, line dancing, live and silent and online auctions. What makes this event especially valuable from a tourism perspective is its ability to attract visitors from beyond our local community. Each year, we welcome attendees, sponsors, and auction participants from neighboring counties and surrounding states. Many are drawn by their interest in horses, equestrian activities, and charitable giving. These visitors often stay at local hotels, dine in area restaurants, shop at local businesses, and explore attractions throughout Dauphin County, generating additional economic activity well beyond the event itself. The gala also serves as a powerful marketing opportunity for our region. Through extensive promotion, social media campaigns, sponsorship outreach, and our online auction, we introduce new audiences to Catra and to Dauphin County. Many individuals who first learn about us online later choose to attend in person, creating a repeat visitation and expanding awareness of everything our community has to offer. Beyond the tourism impact, the gala delivers an important community benefit. Funds raised directly support Catra's therapeutic riding and animal-assisted programs that serve children and adults with disabilities and special needs. These life-changing programs help participants improve physical strength, communication skills, confidence, independence, and overall quality of life. The event also helps fund scholarships so that financial barriers never prevent someone from receiving these activities. In addition, the gala engages dozens of volunteers and creates valuable partnerships with local businesses, vendors, and sponsors, strengthening community connections while supporting the local community. By investing in the Catra Kentucky Derby Gala, Dauphin County is supporting an event that attracts visitors, promotes local tourism, generates economic impact activity, and improves the lives of residents who benefit from our therapeutic program. We believe this event exemplifies the goals of the tourism grant program by bringing people to our community while showcasing the unique spirit, hospitality, and equestrian heritage of Dauphin County. Thank you for your consideration.
Questions?
No, you covered everything for me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. I know we've been a supporter of Catra, and we appreciate all the work that you do.
We certainly appreciate your support. We've been in Dauphin County and very active for the past 41 years.
And this is an event that's already taken place, correct? Like
Yes.
we're backgrounding, right? Yeah. Okay.
Thank
you
you.
very much. I'm going to go, since we're at the bottom of an hour on our list, I'm going to just go back up just to, like I did last time, to see if anyone's here. Borough of Hummelstown. Borough to go. All right. Hearing neither of those. I know we're early, but there are some people in the room. Do we want to take a 5-minute break? All right. Well, let's just take a 5-minute break. We'll come back at the top of the hour. Then 5 minutes.
80-degree worship. Hershey Stadium.
No.
So heading into this hour, at the start, we have Cathedral Parish of St. Patrick, and you have 2 applications, so you're welcome to present those 3 minutes each.
Father, right on time.
How are you? Yes, I was standing downstairs in a second. We realized it was here. Thank you very much. We have 2 applications in, one for $15,000 for a Music Under the Dome concert series, which is a growing program that is involving musicians from specifically around this area, and also pulling from musicians from the greater area of Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Pennsylvania. So looking at opportunity to expand that and to promote that more as we draw people into the city to be able to help build up a musical base from the cathedral that long standing. So we're so grateful to benefit from a grant recently to be able to expand that. And it's been very helpful in this last year. So we're in about the 3rd year of that program, and hoping that that continues to grow in its own experience. So $15,000 for that is our first list. Our second is a rather exciting thing, relocating the historic Hershey organ, which is a 1931 organ that Milton Hershey had installed in the theater. That's being donated to the Cathedral Parish to be able to be reinstalled and built into a prime music instrument that will be able to serve not only the parish community, but especially the wider community as well. It's a huge and exciting event for people who are organists and in the organ world, which I have to confess, it's not me, but they're getting very excited about the prospect of this organ that has not been in use for decades. It's been played maybe once or twice a year and has fallen into disrepair. It's a 1931 Aeolian Skinner organ that was the penultimate organ installed by E.M. Skinner, who is an American organ builder. And to be able to relocate that, place that into the cathedral, the total project is $5.4 million. We're asking for $75,000 for the initial startup costs, plans, and that which will be the foundation. Do you want to talk about Milton Hershey's wife's connection to the Oh, cathedral? do it. So that is an organ that was coveted by many people, and we asked for it because of the connection with Catherine Hershey, who was a Catholic member of the Cathedral Parish, and helped to build up the actual cathedral building we have here. She helped to donate funds to be able to pay the mortgage for it. And so that seemed to be the connection. So this will be called the Catherine Hershey Memorial Organ in connection with the Hershey legacy. Current organ is current organ is in complete disrepair. It needs to be replaced. And, whether we were going to get this historic organ or not, we needed a new organ, and we had plans to do so.
You brought up Milton Hershey and Catherine Hershey, so I have to comment on that. Being from Hershey, the legacy that they have left behind is enormous. Hundreds of thousands of young people have benefited, gone on to greater things due to their generosity. Just the last couple of years, this Board of Commissioners is aware and has been at some of the events for the groundbreakings and the ribbon cuttings for the Catherine Hershey School Initiative, close to a $400 million project in multiple locations where they're changing lives from 6 weeks to 5 years of age, and it just continues on. The great work under Pete Gert and his team there right now, and being able to participate somehow in Milton Hershey legacy with this organ, I think is a really cool project. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I just had a question about the Music Under the Dome concerts. Those are free concerts, correct?
Some are free. So a majority of the concerts are free.
Okay.
We also bring in some large groups from across the nation.
Yep.
International groups and national choirs and orchestras and musicians who come in, and oftentimes those are tickets.
Great.
And there's always availability for those who pay full freight for that.
Oh, that's fine. How many happen a year typically?
We have one a month from September through May and June.
Okay. So roughly 8 to 9? Okay. Okay. Great. And what's attendance like at this?
It's still growing. So we're getting, I think our largest one had an attendance of 300 or 400 people.
Okay.
And then the smaller ones, we're getting 40, 50, 60.
Great. And do you track the attendees at all to see if they are from outside of the county?
We haven't been tracking that.
Okay.
We invite them to sign up for emails, but there's
Sure.
not been any tracking source.
Sure.
Like
I'd encourage you to meet with Sharon from VHH to just see if there's ways you can track your audience. Because I think for future tourism grants and things of that nature, sometimes tracking outside attendance helps make a better case for tourism. Not that you don't have a good case here. I'm just saying those are some of the metrics that I think are in the future helpful.
I didn't realize Lauren is.
Oh,
Lauren
okay.
is here.
Yeah.
Please.
We have been tracking. I run this concert series the original executive director in August last year, and in December from December on started. We have been tracking the last 4 or 5 concerts, and we're increasing the number of concerts next year from 1 a month to 2 a month often.
Great.
So many wonderful talented artists. They're internationally and nationally acclaimed. What Father Barber said. This is something that is a real big community outreach, and there are students and even like the feeding the homeless that the Catholic Church does. We'll see them will often come and sit respectfully and at the back of the concert. Very much and have many conversations with them. This is fantastic. It's been a real blessing. Area. I grew up in Los Angeles. I lived abroad for 30 years. To be part of this thing, it's been a great deal for me to see how connected people.
Great. Thank you. No, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's all my questions.
Well, he's brought some stylish handlebars from the West Coast, so.
Fitting for a concert too.
Andy, good to see you, Father. Good to see you. Tell me just quickly, the 5.4 million. Who are your partners in making this occur? Because 75,000 is just a small piece of that.
Yeah. So Andy and I are actively pursuing lots of grants, and so our first partner is the Diocese of Harrisburg, assisting us with getting this off the ground and helping us pursue those grants and assisting with looking at both historic grants and music grants specifically. There's an organ foundation that will help. We're hoping to get our foot in the door with our organ builder to be able to pursue those grants as well. We are partnering also with the Milton Hershey School. So part of the hope is that this will be an educational opportunity for the students there, and so they're going to be attending a regular annual concert, learning about the organ, and that'll be an opportunity for them as well.
So you're trying to get an acceptable provision under the indentures of the trust.
That is being worked on as well. Yes.
And then obviously, tourism may not be the ability for us to be able to use direct marketing dollars for a capital cost like this, but if it's going to be a sort of a multi-stage project, there may be other sources of revenue we should talk about that we can maybe provide some local match for.
Great. Thank you.
But thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions? Hearing none. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next, CCDN1 LLC, Grand Rising Curations, Mid-State Shows.
Good. How are you? Good to see you as well.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Last time I was here, I was presenting on behalf of last year's Riverfront Park concert series, Dauphin County concert series, and this is kind of a midway point, right? We're going to give you a snapshot of what we're seeing at Riverfront Park this year, a little bit of the data from our consumers, and talk a little bit about what we've done this year that's different than last year, and really put our focus on growth at Riverfront Park and a long-term outlook that can drive a ton of traffic and people from outside the county to come to Harris. So you look at page 1 here, and it just kind of outlines like what we've done so far. Excuse me. We brought a professional touring stage in. This summer we're going to have a 60 by 40 steel stage. Stage is going to stay up mid-July through the end of September. We brought a permanent fencing infrastructure, for each show, so improved security and infrastructure. But if you look at last year, we did 4 shows, and this year we've expanded the season. We're going to have looks like we're going to have about 12 plus shows. We have 8 announced. We're going to announce this week. We're going to announce Keisha Cole, DJ Envy. DJ Envy's on the morning show here in radio. So you can see that, like, we have 8 confirmed and announced plus Pride. And it looks like we're going to have another 2 to 4 announced over the next couple months. And the most important data here is that you see when you look at the ticket buyer, geos. It's that 87% of the fans who purchase tickets or attend are from outside Dauphin County. And the second most is that 50% are from 60 miles plus away. So, we're driving, tons of economic impact downtown through people who don't live here, people who are staying in hotels, heads and beds. But 50% came from local Harrisburg, York, Lancaster, Lebanon, but truly 50% 60 plus miles away. And then when you go to 120 miles, you're around 30%. So last time I sat here, we had 47 states represented for last season from out of market, and this year 44 states. And it looks like we still haven't yet to get somebody from Wyoming in, but Vermont is the closest state. And as you guys all know, like, this is the definition of destination tourism. When you can get 44 states represented and 50% of the people coming from 60 miles away, that's truly driving what these grants are intended for.
Is Harrisburg City supporting it all with tourism money?
No.
Are they supporting it all with giving you breaks on any of the costs for the park or for any of the, any subsidies on the costs?
No, they're not.
Okay. Are you applying for state grant money?
Yeah, we're applying for some DCD grants.
Okay. I mean, these are really well-attended concerts, and I do think. Can you just explain a little bit with your partnership with Pride? Because I went to that concert last year. I don't know if it just wasn't a great runway, but we're hearing that that's going to happen again. And you guys provide the production for that,
so
or just the stage?
Yeah,
but it's not really your event, right? I just want to make it clear, what the difference is, because I saw it on theirs, and they mentioned you, and you're mentioning them, and I just want to kind of get the understanding of the relationship.
So we've kind of adjusted model this year, and but so to give you an understanding, last year all we did was provide production. They provided talent, marketing, and all the resources. All we did was we have the stage, we have the sound set up. You guys can come utilize our resources, and it's just a shared expense across the amortization of across X number of ships.
Mm-hmm. And the attendance was really because of the late start. They didn't get their talent until I think 2 or 3 weeks before.
So this year we said, let us be involved in talent because we are experts. We've concert promoters for 25 years in the region, and said, we have a couple of ideas of somebody that you could bring in that would actually drive traffic, and so we're gonna help them with talent to get them. I mean, they're ultimately that is their expense, and we are helping produce it. Gotcha. So, and the intention there is the same as any other community partner would come to us, is that there are specific hard costs, but we can help you lower them by using our existing infrastructure.
Gotcha. Other questions?
My only, just to follow up with that question, folks probably were talking about marketing. Are you helping them with that piece of this?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, last year we couldn't really participate in that. They wanted to focus on this, but the kind of artists that they're looking at this year were.
So therefore, that's why they're in all of your material.
Correct. Yeah, we've taken a much greater approach to wrap our arms around helping them amplify what they're trying to do. I mean, our ultimate goal really with Pride is this year's a free show, and long term that we can turn it into and get a very large artist and have ticketed events as opposed to, free shows, or we're raising additional sponsorship dollars so we can raise the level of talent to have a larger free shows.
Is that a
Yeah. Yeah, we
Yep.
want them to succeed, and we would do the same for any other community partner that came to us and said we want to do something bigger, and we see a long term we see a long term relationship there, and we want to help amplify that as large as we can, and the artists that we're talking about having this year, it's not officially done, but it will be a much more we'll have attendance above 3,000 or 4,000. But if you want to take a look, there's also just it shows the numbers and where we currently are at, in the neighborhood of 15,000 tickets already sold for the season, direct economic impact, and then it has the charts compared to what we did last year. I mean, we're in 3-4 times than what we did last year, and I've expressed the long-term goals here are to be in Riverfront Park permanently with something that can be that can be up from May till the end of September and utilize it across a wide number of community events. I mean, I just coming in today, saw the Caribbean festivals there on June 27th. We have a stage up there next year in 2027. We can help, help that. And, we're going to help the cultural festival. And, so we're here to, we want to, this year we're 10 to 12 shows, next year looking in the 15 to 20, 20 range. This is, a permanent home for, 5,000 plus, summer stage in Harrisburg, driving traffic downtown.
Thank you both.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Next up is the Center for Dairy Excellence Foundation.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you all doing?
Good. How are you?
As well as can be expected on a beautiful day. Good morning. My name is Mary Beth Kirkus, and this is Jean Troy. We are both with DAZA Development, but we're speaking on behalf of the Center for Dairy Excellence. Each January, more than 500,000 people walk through the Pennsylvania Farm Show, the largest agricultural exposition in the entire country. And at the heart of that experience is the Calving Corner. The Calving Corner gives visitors the chance to witness the miracle of birth up close in a safe environment and deeply meaningful setting. The 4 Pennsylvania dairy farms that bring calves that are ready to, they bring cows that are ready to calve. And visitors can meet the newborn calves, help them choose their names, and speak directly with veterinarians, farmers, and agricultural professionals who care for these animals 365 days a year. The kids can also explore the STEM-based activities at Destination Dairy and Moo U. These are learning areas, and thousands tune in from home to the YouTube live stream. To operate this level of quality and safety, the project requires an annual investment of $135,654, and the foundation is currently asking the tourism grant for $10,000, less than 10% of the overall project budget. The Farm Show and the Calving Corner bring real dollars into Dauphin County visitors. More than 100,000 people each year visit the Calving Corner exhibit in person. There are over 50,000 live stream views, and more than 20,000 people follow the Calving Corner on social media. And there are also 2,200 email subscribers who follow the program throughout the year. With 93% of Pennsylvania dairy farms under private ownership, this project strengthens the trust in agriculture, builds food literacy, and creates lasting connections between consumers and the people who produce their food. So why fund the Calving Corner? Because it delivers education, transparency, economic impact, and delivers an unforgettable experience that gives people coming back year after year. Your support ensures that this exhibit continues to grow, continues to educate, and continues to serve the most meaningful agricultural experience in Pennsylvania.
Thank you. Questions?
Yeah, I have a couple. We talked about this a little bit. I mean, this would be sort of asking Dauphin County tourism dollars to subsidize what you already have.
Correct.
Correct. So what benefit would Dauphin County, from a promotional standpoint, be able to achieve? You talked about, how many people that watch this, sort of the exposure. Um, how do we plan on making Dauphin County tourism and the attraction of this region better as a result of us helping to subsidize that? I mean, have you thought through what benefits from an advertising perspective, a marketing perspective, or ways that we can drive tourism back to Dauphin County as a result of that investment and partnership?
I'm writing notes down right now. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, the farm show speaks for itself. The Calving Corner is just one of the highlights of that farm show. So if we can bring the online viewers and visitors to actually come in person and visit, you're going to see a larger number of individuals who are utilizing not only the businesses in Dauphin County, but there'll be shopping. There's a dining value to it. There is the gas and convenience store shopping. All of that goes in part and parcel with the farm show. We all know that. It's one of the largest economic drivers here in the county. And I think that the online presence and the educational value of the Cabin Corner and the advertising that's done through the foundation's website and through their educational programs, with Dauphin County as a supporter, I think that just gives added value to the project itself and the exhibit.
So what I'm thinking about is more in terms of it attracts and gets people who watch the Cabin Corner are from all across the region, all across the country. I'm thinking about how can you use that venue to get to non-traditional audiences while the farm show is going on, to be able to get them to consider Dauphin County, to come to Hershey Park or to downtown Harris. Like, what can we do, on that with an investment? Because otherwise the Cabin Corner is going to happen whether we say yes or no.
Correct.
To this piece. So I'm trying to figure out how we would benefit, how Dauphin County, from a tourism perspective, could additionally benefit from that kind of investment. And
I think one example might be like if there was a 30-second commercial highlighting our region that played every hour on the hour, something like that, that we know people who are watching this are watching something happening in our region. Could there be something embedded into the live stream? Is that fair to say?
Yeah,
that's kind of what
just
you're
wanted to hear their ideas.
And
We could plan a couple of them.
I think if you're looking at what marketing value, for lack of a better phrase, Commissioner, you're talking about, then clearly it would be noted that the Cabin Corner is sponsored in part by Dauphin County Tourism Grant. And so that gets out there, and it would be way cool if one of the three of you could be in the Cabin Corner when such events happen, and that would even be.
And that's what I'd be thinking about. Like, how could we make Dauphin County sort of a part of what's going on?
Certainly with the PR aspect of everything and putting the county tourism name on it, but having participation in that, whether you're there or if you're kicking off the whole event at the farm show, bringing with it the requisite weather that we always have with that, that would be huge, that you're actually taking part in something like this. And I think also, too, we all know the struggles that farmers have, be it dairy, beef, whatever. This is supporting farmers. This is giving people an opportunity to see what farming can do and how it can be part of their life. And you're supporting that. And that's huge, because agriculture is not our number one thing in the Commonwealth. Agriculture?
Yes.
Yeah. That's all part of it.
And may I speak anecdotally? You talk about marketing to families and bringing people from outside the area. Speaking as a former pre-teen girl, I would have never thought to go to Chincoteague, Virginia, if I hadn't read the books Stormy and Misty, and hounded my mother to go see the horses at Chincoteague. With this being an online program and going into classrooms across the country, there are going to be quite a few children who are going to be hounding their parents to actually see the calves live and come to the farm show and experience this in person. It is in and of itself its own marketing experience.
and you're going to hear this from me. I think there's a lot of people that assume that the county tourism dollars are going to be a part of it. I think what we're asking is how can we see that drive tourism? Well, our questions are going to be how can we see not just a subsidy to occur, but how are we going to get people to additional people to be exposed as a result of our investment? So this is not just targeted to you. I think we've got to be asking those kind of
No,
questions.
and I appreciate exactly what you're saying. Having been in the tourism industry since since I was in college, I've worked at museums across the Mid-Atlantic, and I've worked at national parks, et cetera. There is always that constant question of how do we translate that into tourism dollars and investment dollars. And I can tell you, speaking from experience, the more opportunity you give people to see something remotely and draw them in, it doesn't have to be a huge event. It doesn't have to be a major concert or an amusement park or anything else. The example of the Horses of Chincoteague, that's a perfect example. That was a single book that entered children's libraries that now has turned this festival, was a fundraiser for the fire department, into an international event. Children and parents equate to these kind of personal activities. And the more that we can say in Dauphin County about what is a family experience, the more that we draw families to the area as tourists to take part in Hershey and the museums and the downtown, et cetera. It is all intertwined one into the other.
Thank you very much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Appreciate
You'll
it.
see us again.
We'll be back.
And it's Daza Development. Is that what I heard?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Central PA Community Connections LLC. Central Pennsylvania Figure Skating Club. Central Pennsylvania Film Commission.
Hello, I wanted to make a clarification before I started that that there was 2 applications, but the second one I think is for 2 p.m. today, so that will be more for an event. Now is for the FACS, or the nonprofit that houses the film commission and our operational and sustainability
Would
funding.
you prefer to do the 2 p.m. one now as well, since you're here?
Sure. I'd be like
We
a
can
speed
do,
racer.
We can do this one
Huh?
first. And
Oh,
we can
okay, okay.
You'll get 3 minutes for this one, and then
Oh,
3
okay,
minutes for the
that's
other one.
fine. Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
it might just be more efficient for your time if everybody's okay with it.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So the first one is what we're on right now.
Yes. So good morning, everyone. My name is John Troy Williams, serve as the Executive Director of FACS, the Central Pennsylvania, and the Central Pennsylvania Film Commission. We thank you for the opportunity to speak today regarding this partnership. We'd like to establish the same partnership structure that we had last year, which was a $37,500 investment from Dauphin County, matched by the $37,500 investment from Visit Hershey Harrisburg. Simply put, we're not asking you to fund the idea, we're asking you to contribute to investing in the momentum that's already proceeding. Over the past year, your investment has helped us strengthen Dauphin County position as a destination for film, television, and media production. It's allowed us to recruit industry leaders and attract production opportunities, build workforce capacity, and market Dauphin County to decision makers who influence where millions of dollars in production spending occur. Recent example is the visit of Glenn Gaynor, the former head of production for Amazon Studios, former executive at Sony Screen Gems, and the current CEO of the Hollywood Ventures Group. Glenn has spent his career evaluating production markets and helping determine where major projects are developed and produced. Thanks to the support of Visit Hershey Harrisburg, His visit was anchored at Hotel Hershey. This means he flew in directly into Harrisburg International Airport, experienced Dauphin County's hospitality assets firsthand, toured the broader central Pennsylvania ecosystem. Now, what impressed him was not just one facility or location, it was connectivity to the entire region. Within minutes, he experienced an airport, world-class hospitality, production infrastructure, workforce initiatives, educational partners, and a growing network of film support. At the conclusion of his visit, Glenn made a statement that continues to resonate with us. Now, it was intentional that I made sure Glenn stopped at the Hershey History Museum and the world-class Hershey Chocolate World destination. At its conclusion, Glenn's statement was, "This place needs to be on the world's mind." That statement carries weight because it came from someone who has worked in the highest levels of entertainment industry and has seen production ecosystems across the globe. More importantly, that momentum is already beginning to translate into opportunity. For example, because of this relationship and the outreach made possible through this work, we are currently preparing for two separate projects who are actively exploring opportunities within our region. Both are evaluating the Hershey Theater as a potential component for their plans, creating opportunities for hotel stays, restaurant spending, local hiring, transportation services, and economic activity in the county. This is exactly what this investment is designed to do. So the request before you continues as a proven partnership between Dauphin County and Visit Hershey Harrisburg and supports the initiative while strengthening Dauphin County's position with a rapidly growing industry. Commissioners, your investment will help create this momentum. Today, we respectfully ask you for your continued partnership so we can build upon it. Thank you for your time. I'm glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, John Trey. Can I ask how many other counties have helped fund Central PA Film Commission?
So right now we have York.
How much is York given?
York through Explore York has been $28,000.
Is that just this year, or is that total in all years?
That's been just this year.
Okay.
That's been after, I think, a discussion last year. We were able to circle back with them.
Okay. Other counties given anything?
Not as of yet in terms of specific counties. We've been meeting with the Lancaster tourism, actually helping get. They had a recent transition of a new executive director, whom I met with. We're set to meet again, but also Center County.
Center County, how much?
Center County has contributed $6,000.
And other like municipalities, any cities or boroughs or anybody, townships?
Not as of yet.
The budget of 1,000 for the luncheon, what specifically is that budget going to go to?
Oh, that's for the later presentation. That's for an actual event held at Hershey Lodge where we want to bring in Mike Fantasia, who is the location manager for Girl Interrupted.
So will that pay mostly for the expenses for his travel here and his cost, like talent technically costs, or?
So correct. So and it also would not just be him. He'd be a anchor for other industry leaders, producers, and film partners to come into the area.
Like a draw. A draw.
Yeah, correct.
Is it a ticketed event?
Yes, it would be a ticketed event.
Okay, that's my questions. Other questions?
Not specifically on this part of it, but it was going to be tied into the next one that you present to us. I just want to say that the work that you did behind the scenes, working with the film industry and the producers for the Milton Hershey movie, the amount that we're going to be the recipient in terms of financial revenue, not having anything to do with what we did, but with what you did, is going to be in millions and tens of millions of dollars for the region. So, as one commissioner, I would say thank you for being out front with that from day one.
Thank you. And that I do want to tie that because behind the scenes, like you said, there's a lot of behind the scenes work and advocacy, especially in legislation and things like that, to make this continue to make sense, particularly for that project, to make sure that they got a tax credit, or else they were going to Bangladesh. Period. And that's the state of the film industry, where we're not just trying to even anchor projects here; we're trying to keep them in America. So we're glad that project shot here, and as you said, that project is set uh, to be in theaters in November, and we anticipate that draw to be people wanting to visit Hershey, the Hershey History Museum, the travel and visit the park. So we know directly that movies equal tourism.
Could you let folks know what movie you're referring
Oh,
to?
I'm sorry, the Hershey movie.
And what is the Hershey movie
The
about?
Hershey movie is about the story of Milton Hershey and his journey to establishing Hershey Chocolate Bar. He and Catherine and their journey.
It's going to be a major international release here in the fall.
Correct. This is going to be a major release that's released in November, and actually, the star of that movie, we have tied. She's filming right now in Lancaster. Alexandra Daddario, who plays Catherine Hershey in the movie. We were able to get our production assistants that we're training on her second project filmed in the area. So that was her second time back into the.
We'll move on to your one that's scheduled for 2:00, just so we can double these up. Film Arts, Culture, and Tourism Specialists Incorporated, Central Pennsylvania Film Commission.
Okay, make sure.
And I think a lot of my questions were also a part of this, so I don't think I'll have questions for this one.
Okay. Okay.
Eric, can you restart the clock?
Okay, as I discussed, this request is different, whereas the other one is for our year-round sustainability. This is more towards the actual event. This request is about creating a signature event that places Dauphin County at the center of a larger conversation about film, tourism, and workforce development. Right now in central Pennsylvania, where Lancaster gets a lot of attention because they do have a lot of assets, we want to reposition the focus and anchor more projects into the Harrisburg Hershey area. So at the center of the conversation is Mike Fantasia. Mike Fantasia is a premier location manager. For those unfamiliar with the location manager in the industry, location managers are one of the most influential professionals involved in production. So long before the cameras arrive, the location manager helps determine where the film will be shot. They evaluate the community, secure locations, coordinate the logistics, and work out government and business relations. So in many ways, the location managers are the gateways and gatekeepers between production and community. So Mike Fantasia is one of the most well-respected location managers in the industry. His credits include Top Gun Maverick, Indiana Jones, Spider-Man Homecoming, and fortunately, Girl Interrupted, amongst many others. Decades of helping films come off the ground. I first met Mike at an AFCI conference where film commissioners meet. He was on the panel of Top Gun Maverick, and during that discussion, he described it as one of the most challenging projects that he ever worked on. After the panel concluded, Mike noticed my name badge, which read Dauphin County. Before I could say anything, he smiled and said, "Hey, I know where that's at. That's in Harrisburg. I worked on a film there called Girl Interrupted." What happened next surprised me. Mike immediately began recalling his experience in filming in our region, which was more than 25 years previous to this. He talked about how easy the community was to work in. He remembered everything about production seemed to be available. As he put it, if he couldn't find anything on one side of the river, he could find it on the other. What struck me most was not simply what he remembered, but the fact that he remembered it all. After working on dozens of major productions in the country and across the world, He remembered Dauphin County. It stood out to him in his memory. And without prompting, he told me he'd gladly return to discuss his experience and why Dauphin County was such a successful place to him. Because when someone whose career has been built around evaluating a location says that a community made an impression and lasted more than 25 years, that's not nostalgia. Nostalgia, that's validation. So the film Dauphin County Luncheon, which will be a Kickstarter, gives us Dauphin County opportunity, place of validation to be front and center.
Any questions? All right. Thanks, John Trey. Appreciate you. Next up, Central Pennsylvania Friends of Jazz. Just a reminder for all of those who are visiting, maybe just got in the room, we're asking that you start with your name, and then you'll have 3 minutes to present, and then there'll be some questions. You can use your full 3 minutes, or you can just use a portion, whatever you prefer. We're trying to keep things moving, so we appreciate all of you being accommodating. All right.
I'm Sheila Ross, Central Pennsylvania Friends of Jazz. We are, first of all, thanks an awful lot for the participation that you folks have had with us for the past 5 years. We started with an idea with the Dauphin County Parks and Rec people of something we could do as a prelude to the huge Jazz and Wine Festival. And the whole premise of this was to bring those people who are coming to the festival, have them be incentivized to come one night earlier. And we think it's working. This is a moving target, but what we started to think about was a jazz walk, which we had done as an organization for a number of years. And we floated the idea to some of the folks we thought might be interested. And we presented the first year, I think, with 6 venues. It's grown every year. Last year it was 8 venues. Numbers are hard because this is people wandering around Midtown Harrisburg into facilities like Midtown Scholar and the Art Museum and Millworks and smaller venues like the Berg. But a couple of our venues have told us that they have, in the 3-hour period that this happens, they've seen 800 people in some of the larger venues. Now it's not thousands, but we're growing every year. That's why this year we're asking for a little bit more than we have in the past, so we can add a couple more venues, because some of them were really, really crowded, and we'd like to spread things out a little bit more. And we're just happy that we're able to do this and have it succeed, and have some of those out-of-town folks tell us, this was a great idea. We're coming back next year. So, as I said, it's hard to corral those people that are wandering all over, but we're getting a lot of good feedback from it. And it's getting to be something that people recognize and talk about.
Great. Thank you so much. I think this is a great example of collaboration. There's an event that already exists, obviously, Jazz and Wine Fest.
Mhm.
How do we get people to come in early to stay some nights in hotels? This is the type of thing that and it is free to the public, so it also has the community benefit of people who are already here.
Mhm.
And it's in Midtown primarily, right?
Yeah. From Forster to Riley.
Have you received any support from like city tourism money at all?
No.
Okay. All right, any other question?
Thank you for all your support.
Thank you so much.
It is a great event.
We like it.
Yep.
Glad you do too. Thanks.
All right. Next up is Central Pennsylvania Youth Ballet.
Hi, my name is Nicholas Sade. I'm the CEO and faculty member at Central Pennsylvania Youth Ballet. Pretty much ballet is synonymous with the ballet, the Nutcracker. Everybody's always heard of it. But we're a little bit different in that the Nutcracker that has been performed for over 20 years at the Whitaker Center and at Hershey Theater is George Balanchine's The Nutcracker, which is not any ordinary Nutcracker. The same steps that are on the New York City Ballet stage in Lincoln Center, those are the steps, same choreography, same caliber that we have earned the license to perform for over 30 years. We've been doing that for every 3 years. We've been re-upping the license and been able to create a world-class performance and continue to do so. So the only difference is they're kids. When you're looking at someone dance as a professional dancer, as I did for 10 years, you're seeing youth be able to do that. 60% of our kids have relocated from all across the country to be able to perform this ballet and study with us. So really, what does that mean for Dauphin County? It means that we perform at the Whitaker Center in Dauphin County. We also perform at Hershey Theater. We've been doing that, as I said, for over 20 years. Performances are typically over 2 weekends. This year, they're the 12th and 13th at the Whitaker Center and the 19th and 20th at Hershey Theater. For Nutcracker alone, a total Dauphin County audience impact, just our audience economic impact, is $263,402. In addition to that, travel expenses for our crew that we bring in, the lighting designer, the stage manager, in addition to the videographer and the photographer, total expenses for hotels, restaurants, and the like are $34,000 for crew, stagers, costumers, and also what we call repetitors, the person that the New York City Ballet sends to be able to make sure that we're staying to the quality and the standard of what they expect. We also employ local staff and crew at both theaters, totaling $35,000 over 2 weekends. So that's a lot of money that's going to local crew members and local workers. So that's the facts and the figures. While arts audiences, particularly ballet audiences, are dwindling over 30% in 2026 all across the country, Central Pennsylvania Youth Ballet has seen a rise of 35% in our audiences in 2026 and expect the same for Nutcracker because of its familiar nature. Now, those are the facts and the figures to be able to say that this is a worthwhile investment because we will see our audiences grow. As you probably know, the Hershey Theater was renovated, so we did the Nutcracker at the Lure Center. We firmly expect for a lot of people from Adams and Franklin County to be able to come up and see us. We also have students from the Milton Hershey School intern with us as crew members to be able to give back to the community. And we also invite the Harrisburg School District to be able to do school day performances. So it's not only about the facts and figures, but it's about making an impact on our youth within Dauphin County. Thank you.
I got a question. Do you track attendees in the sense of like in county, out of county, like ticketed attendance?
We did in our economic impact study. We did also track Cumberland County.
Mm-hmm.
That's just Dauphin County. Cumberland County is actually more. It's over $300,000 in audience impact.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And again, with or without, you still want to move on to the show. Been a supporter of yours in the past. This show is going to go with or without the county's contribution.
Yes, however, we want to make a bigger economic impact in that we were at the Lure Center last year. We were not at Hershey Theater, and we want to make a bigger impact to be able to make sure that all of those audience members from the Lure Center who were impressed with us, they're coming into Dauphin County to spend their dollars.
And you're using the money that you're requesting here for the marketing of that purpose?
Not only the marketing of that, but also continuing to upgrade certain things that since we've been doing this ballet for quite a long time, to upgrade costumes and things like that. But yes, it's mainly being used for being able to generate audiences.
Thank you.
A larger audience.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next up, Christian Recovery Aftercare Ministry.
The true living legend before us. I don't know if there's too many people that have not benefited from your knowledge, your expertise, your position, um, both testimony and also their ability to be prepared to enter into an industry that most folks don't have an idea about. So we appreciate all you've done, Ms.
Thank
Grant.
you. Well, I'm trying to do more. Okay. My name, excuse me, is Juanita Edrington Grant. I am the founder and CEO of Christian Recovery Aftercare Ministry, which is a um, organization located in the old Hamilton Health Center building on Fulton Street. We purchased that property back in 2018, and next door in our parking lot, we built a 20 apartment facility for homeless veterans. Right now, I'm in 22 different states where we have modeled the CRAM program. I've gotten so many requests from different organizations by word of mouth that they want to model their program in their locations, different states, different counties, where it's helped to reduce recidivism and help to reduce crime in the community because our primary focus is ex offenders. Um, what CRAM is doing now in our building, we need to upgrade some of the space. We have a lot of space that's not being used. So what we want to do is use it to draw people into Dauphin County to come and do workshops. When the pandemic happened, all our workshops had to go on hold because we couldn't come out and do anything. So we resorted to doing things through Zoom. But now I'm ready to use our facility to let other individuals come to Dauphin County and we help them start their nonprofits. We've done over 100 different 501c3s. It's like in Dauphin County, probably everybody that has one has probably had some part of CRAM. So what I'm asking for the $30,000 for is to upgrade our lounge, which can hold up to 100 people. Our lounge is used primarily for community events, and then we have a conference room that can hold 25 to 30 people. But we don't have uh, the furniture that we need. We need to set it up like in a workshop style, so when people come, most people come for at least 1 or 2 days from other states that I've been experiencing because they travel from so far. So they do stay in hotels when they come to Dauphin County. The five county region like York, Lancaster, Franklin County, we're in those counties, like with the pro, like the pro board gives us space, we go down there to do programs for ex offenders. But the workshops that we'll be conducting will be people that want to model the program because it works. Um, we've been doing it for 25 years now here in Dauphin County, and um, I'm ready to branch out more as much as I can with the help of this tourism grant. I know that my application is probably way different from the average person, but it is what it is. Thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, my question would be, I always want to be in a position to support your initiatives.
Mhm.
Tourism, have you applied for any CDBG monies from the county or the city, or have you applied for any gaming revenues for either for this particular project? Because I think those may be more in line rather than just tourism monies for the upgrades in the facilities. And I want to work with you to try to figure out how we make this work. But I don't know about the sort of the direct connection to tourism
Mhm.
related to your requests.
I've gotten 2 grants in the last 2 years from the Gaming Commission, which was to help upgrade. We got a alarm system all around the whole building because of the area we're in. We want people to feel safe. So we got 25,000 from the Gaming Commission last year for some work that need to be done on the roof, and then the year before we got 18,000 from the Gaming Commission to that was to put their alarm system in. So like when people come, they can't just walk in the building. They have to be buzzed in, through our reception area.
Did, did you apply for any city CDBG?
We've had CDBG grants for years, but not within the last 4 or 5 years.
Because I think that certainly would be a qualified project. for
Okay.
CDBG for the gaming revenues, both for more facility directed upgrades.
Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, Church World Services.
And Ms. Grant.
Hi. First of all, I apologize if there are any shortcomings in our presentation. This is the first time that we have applied for a grant like this. My name is Duri Sharif. I am the Deputy Director of Church World Service Harrisburg.
And I'm Cheryl Hawk, and I am the community organizer at Church World Service Harrisburg.
Welcome.
So we are asking for $5,000 for an event that costs us $23,000 and generates $56,000. We're hoping it will generate more this year. Essentially, it's called International Friendsgiving. We take 5 refugee women from different regions around the world and ask them for a traditional family recipe from home. And we have, in the past, we had a chef cook each of these 5 recipes and put it together in a box, a to-go box, in honor of Thanksgiving. We call it International Friendsgiving. We started training the women over the years to, through economic empowerment programs to make the food for themselves and to, we got them safe serve training and things like that. So now they are the chefs that create this food. The impact's broad. We have people that purchase these meals, who plan ahead. Has become a family tradition. They come from, Chambersburg, Gettysburg State College. I would say maybe 30% of the meals that we sell are purchased by Dauphin County residents. The rest are external. This year we sold 1,703 meals, but we've had steady growth every year. We were really excited last year to have the Visit Harrisburg sponsor the event, which I think legitimizes our ask of this board, because we feel it brings a lot of really positive attention to Harrisburg. And the birth of this was our immigrant neighbors, as you all know. As soon as you go to their homes, meet them, they're like, you eat, or you're not leaving. They may not know, they're still learning the language, they're still getting used to employment and everything else in the county, but a very easy way for them to communicate is through food. It's their love language, and it's a very easy thing to receive as well, to kind of help integrate them into the community, to help show them some love from the community. And we find that our community loves being able to speak their love language and enjoy the food. And we get loads of questions. We have every year, the Berg writes an article about us and Penn Live, and there's just loads of really positive impact for the region. And we're really, really proud of it. And we hope that this year we can sort of legitimize ourselves even more with the support of Dauphin County. Thank you.
What's the date of the event? Or is it a date of an event?
It's the Saturday before Thanksgiving.
Other questions?
I just think you have an incredible heart. I want to thank you for all the work you continue to do.
Thank you.
And I think this is a request that speaks volumes. So we appreciate your partnership and all you do for the community.
Thank you. I hope you don't take this as a bribe, but there is a meal box in it for all of you, regardless of how this goes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next up, we have the City of Harrisburg.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Dina Janderi, and I am the Chief Officer of Human Relations for the City of Harrisburg. Today, we're presenting the Juneteenth meets Carnival Emancipated Together post-event summary. Our event was just on Saturday, and I am excited to be here today. The inaugural Juneteenth Meets Carnival Emancipated Together successfully brought together residents, visitors, artists, community organizations, and culture ambassadors for an historic celebration of freedom, culture, and unity. The event exceeded expectations and generated significant visibility for Harrisburg throughout Pennsylvania and across the country through extensive marketing, artist promotion, press releases, national newswire distribution, and community partnerships. Throughout the day, attendance and participation steadily fluctuated as individuals and families gathered to celebrate the shared histories and culture contributions of the African diaspora. The event created a welcoming space for education, entertainment, cultural exchange, the community connection, while positioning Harrisburg as a destination for cultural tourism and community engagement. A key factor in this event's success was the participation of nationally, internationally, and locally recognized artists and cultural ambassadors. The event intentionally paired renowned performers and local talent, creating opportunities for regional artists to share the stage and showcase with the rich artistic diversity of our community. Featured artists included the Jazzy T Band representing Nigeria, John the Bossman Hall representing Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Brian Batista, who was a former contestant on The Voice from New York, and he represented Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, Sister Nancy, who is an internationally acclaimed Jamaican dance hall icon from Kingston, Jamaica, Grand Mixer DXT, a Grammy award-winning DJ, producer, and pioneer of the turntablism, who worked alongside Herbie Hancock, Michael Jackson, and Prince, traveled in from New Jersey, and he sends his regards and looks forward to doing more projects in Harrisburg. Herb Middleton, he's an acclaimed music producer and writer. He traveled in from Delaware, our local musicians, performers, I can go on. The inclusion of the internationally recognized performers and local artists created a unique cultural experience. But I want to go deeper into this because this is National Caribbean American Heritage Month, and a lot of the participants from the Caribbean community also made mention that they expressed appreciation that the Caribbean community had been recognized and celebrated in a visible and meaningful way. We also had Reverend Eric Jackson, who a featured historian within the community, and he presented on the 13th Amendment, helping attendees better understand the history of emancipation, the significance of Juneteenth, and continuing impact of freedom movement throughout the African diaspora. We are asking for the $20,000 for additional funding to offset the expenses of the international artists and travel accommodations. Our post-attendance data and survey results, media reach, and all of the economic impact metrics will be provided in the forthcoming days because of this just happening less than 48 hours ago. And we're just going to continue to move on. This is something that the community enjoyed, and really we need to be bringing people together in this fashion. And thank you, Commissioner Douglas, for being there.
Can I ask, did the city of Harrisburg invest tourism money in
They
this
did.
event? Do you know how much?
They sponsored 20,000.
Any other questions?
Just what was the budget for the event?
The budget for the event was 83,000.
It looked like a great event. Well,
Thank you. It was, like I said, it was hot that day, and then it was a lot of other things going on too, but for it to be the very first one. And then we have people coming in that want to do work and business in the city. I think that it was a remarkable opportunity.
I saw that dance all crowd.
You remember Sister Nancy?
I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, we have Civil War Museum.
I gotta use the
should we wait for Commissioner Hartwick?
I think we, yeah, we
Okay.
need to keep moving because
I was waiting for national.
He said he's just hitting the restroom real quick. So
I was listening for National Civil War Museum and
sorry.
threw me a little bit.
Apologies.
Once again, I'll reintroduce us. I am Mary Beth Kirkus, and this is Jean Troy. We are with Daza Development, and we are representing the National Civil War Museum. They are respectfully requesting $25,000 in a tourism grant to be added to a $10,000 grant already awarded by the Americana Corner project to support the development of a new augmented reality immersive 4D experience, an experience unlike anything currently available in the capital region. For 25 years, the National Civil War Museum has served as a cultural anchor for Dauphin County, and their mission is rooted in three commitments: inspiring lifelong learning, preserving our shared history, and presenting the full and balanced story of the American Civil War, including the experiences of soldiers, civilians, enslaved people, and political leaders. Today, they're asking for your support to take a major step forward, one that will strengthen their educational mission and significantly boost tourism in Dauphin County. The National Civil War Museum welcomes approximately 32,000 visitors each year, and the museum is one of the few year-round cultural institutions drawing visitors to Harrisburg. It is one of the largest Civil War museums in the nation and a Smithsonian affiliate, making it a unique draw for out-of-state heritage travelers, one of the highest spending visitor segments. Over the past 25 years, the National Civil War Museum has demonstrated its longstanding value as a stable cultural tourism asset for Harrisburg and Dauphin County. They are launching a design phase for a new immersive 4D video experience, a multi-sensory exhibit that uses augmented reality, spatial sound, and tactile effects to bring pivotal Civil War moments to life. Visitors will not simply read about history, they will feel it. They will stand in the middle of the battlefield and hear the voices of the past and experience the emotional weight of events that shaped our nation. Sponsors and supporters of this project will be acknowledged not only in collateral material, but in signage and in digital marketing available through the website and through all of the emails, et cetera, that are generated by the museum. This matters for Dauphin County because nothing like this exists anywhere in the capital region. This exhibit will be a major draw for families, school groups, heritage travelers, and lifelong learners. School groups, Pennsylvania EITC funding, the National Civil War Museum is an EIO. So any students that are coming from public or charter schools will receive subsidized admission to the museum to experience this in real time. The total project cost for the design phase is $25,000, and they're requesting, $50,000, and they're requesting $25,000 as a match to the grant that was already awarded by the Americana Corner Preserving America grant. The remainder will be raised through private grants and individual gifts. The National Civil War Museum has been a reliable, high-impact tourism generator for a quarter of a century, and this project positions it for the next 25 years.
Thank you. Any questions?
Okay.
Commissioner, we just wrapped up National Civil War Museum. Any questions on this one?
No. Good, thank you. I have a lot of juice here, as you can see. Just had a quick bathroom break. Thank you.
Trust us, we get it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Coda Rouge, I believe, if I'm saying that right. Coda Rogue. Nope.
The Coda Rouge.
Rouge, I said it right.
Said it right.
Color and Culture.
Morning, commissioners.
Good morning. Thank you.
Already in front of you, but I wanted to give you something colorful. Buenos dias. Good morning, commissioners.
Good morning.
My name is George Fernandez, and I'm here representing Color and Culture. In front of you today, you have a new initiative that we have had in the planning now for quite some time called Peoplevania. Dauphin County possesses a rich cultural identity, and this is currently not being delivered to tourists in a deliberate or unified manner. Though the county is home to historic landmarks, diverse local businesses, and beautiful green spaces, these assets currently exist in isolation. This presents a clear opportunity to enhance tourism by connecting these distinct elements, offering a curated and easily navigable experience that shares authentic local stories. Peoplevania is an initiative centered on a digital platform that will link these visitors' points together. It will be a central website where visitors can explore Dauphin County through cultural themes versus disconnected destinations. This design would shift from just offering places to visit to creating whole experiences that visitors can follow based on their desires and or interest. This design would be a modular model where each model works as a curated cultural pathway, grouping locations, food destinations, events, and stories that share common themes and that are in close proximity. These mini itineraries will also then allow visitors to move through Dauphin County in a way that feels intentional, structured, and flexible. I won't go over the other multiple pages. It's mostly just content of our agency, Color and Culture. Color and Culture is the family of Latino Connection and PPONS. Now in the general marketplace as Color and Culture. We've been around for about 11 years or so. A team of 72 associates, both full-time and part-time. And all three of you commissioners have experienced in the past our cultural destination type of events and marketing that we do. Back in 2022, 2023, we partnered with Visit Hershey Harrisburg to do a tour to other major cities. This would also include what are called pop-up tours. So we would visit areas like Baltimore, Maryland, DC, New York, and ultimately help remind people what a great experience they can have in Harrisburg, Hershey area. On the back page, you also have our case study with one of our major partners, Aetna. We've been with Aetna now since 2018. And for Aetna, we've easily generated over $25 million worth of marketing impressions across 277 events completed in different markets. Questions, comments? I believe our request in front of you is pretty heavy, and that request is for a one-time investment to keep Peoplevania going. We estimate roughly an investment of roughly about $150,000 a year. And that would come not only from local tourism dollars, but also sponsorships from some of the major organizations that we already have relationships with.
Sharon, do you have any questions for this?
I will say, not really a question or a comment, but we've worked together on tourism initiatives, and we certainly welcome collaboration on future initiatives. Full support of something like this. I just want to see the full business plan and do it all.
Excuse me, could you unmute your mic so the people online can hear?
My apologies. What I noted was that we have worked with Color and Culture in the past. From Visit Hershey Harrisburg, we certainly, we support marketing tourism. I would want to take a look at exactly what the plan is and the initiatives to make sure that it aligns, so that we're not being counterproductive. And what you're doing is, getting website traffic's hard enough right now without having, a local organization sending it a different direction. So I would just want to make sure there's some type of collaboration in order for us to support the initiative.
Yeah, and you know how my team feels about your team, so we'd be delighted to work with you again.
Okay, awesome.
Great. Any questions? No? Okay.
That was easy. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate your time.
Next up is Community Uplift.
Morning, Mr. Nelson.
Hello. Leland Nelson, member of Community Uplift, member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, seeking $30,000 for the 59th annual Mardi Gras Scholarship Weekend. That scholarship weekend we've been doing for over 58 years in Dauphin County, Cumberland County. We attract about 1,000 visitors. They stay in the hotels, they eat the food, they know about Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It's really a true it really is a true play on the tourism side. Never asked for funding, been self-funded for over 58 years. Omega Psi Phi, this chapter has been around for 103 years. And some of the events that it supports through this, our annual fundraiser is a Harrisburg Homelessness Awareness Fatherhood Initiative, the annual blood drive, the talent hunt, the women's shelter breakfast, the gun buyback program that got so much runway from it a couple years ago that's now being implemented throughout the second district through our fraternity, and the citywide clothing drive. So those dollars that come in, we're using them. They don't stay in our pocket. It's a true nonprofit. We're putting it back on the street. We estimate the economic development impact of this Mardi Gras with 1,000 participants, about an average $750 spend with the hotels, the food, the traffic, whatever else they're buying. And you flip that about 3 times, it's between 1.5 and $2.2 million to the region. So, I've been encouraged to apply, never applied, kind of like, oh, yeah, we'll just do it on our own, but why not? Let's get more runway to our money. If we can take that dollar and make it work like $3, why not? I yield my time.
Can I ask, you had mentioned Cumberland County and Dauphin County. Which hotels do they stay in?
Down here it's the Crown Plaza and the Hilton.
Okay.
Over there it's the Radisson.
Okay, so there's a collection of the hotels. Gotcha.
But Radisson gives us 200 rooms, and we built that out in the first month.
Okay. Do the majority of participants stay in Dauphin County or Cumberland?
They do. They stay in Dauphin County.
Okay.
Yep.
Just because that's obviously our priority is Dauphin County. All right. No, that's helpful. Do you get any Harrisburg support? Harrisburg, City of Harrisburg?
No dollar comes from anywhere but the ticket sales that we have and limited sponsorship.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I would ask, the event is from March 13th to the 15th. Is this reimbursement for this year's event, or would this be a request for next year's event?
We're looking for reimbursement for this year's event. The money, we did spend the money already and kind of reimbursing ourselves as we go. So the ticket sales did a lot of the reimbursement, but it'll be good to put that money back in so we can deploy it to our annual programs.
From my perspective, it would be good to see a future event come in here and talk about a partnership too, and some of the marketing promotion of that be a part of some of the tourism dollars. So, but thank you for coming in. Thank you for all that the fraternity does. That is a stalwart location in this community that is about it and just doesn't talk about it.
Right.
We appreciate all the things that happen at Mega Sci-Fi.
Thank you.
Leland, thank you. It's been a while. I echo Commissioner Hartwick's words. That fraternity does a lot for the community. You don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk, and it's greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Creative community grow.
Good morning. One of the famous and most prominent attorneys for child welfare in the history of Dauphin County. It's good to see you, sir.
Good morning, if I may. My name is Mark Siliker. I'm the treasurer for a nonprofit we have that my son started. It started off with community gardens. It gave us very generous. We got a grant last year, and we helped start a very successful community garden in Lower Paxton. We're now starting a community garden at the Ben Franklin School and one at the Pennsylvania Council of Churches on Londonderry Road. At the Council of Churches, we had a very nice event a month and a half ago. We had vendors, craftsmen, farm people who gardened, and it seemed like it was successful. So we thought we'd build on that a little bit. As you know, Ben Franklin is right across the street from the Broad Street Market. We'd like to have a fall festival involving, harvesting food, again, craftsmen, local vendors, artisans, to have a festival, if you will, on a weekend, probably in late October, early November. The Broad Street Market's a big draw in Harrisburg. This would enhance the Broad Street Market experience, move it back to 6th Street a little bit near Ben Franklin, and we believe in time it would bring a lot of people into the community. It's interesting that gardening seems to be, my son is an avid gardener. Gardening seems to be growing in popularity. It's something new. It gets people away from the computer, away from the TV, and out in the nature, if you will, and they grow their own food. Most people don't like to garden, but some do, and the ones who do it, particularly children, when they do it, they become very avid. And it's nice that they have that option. We'd like to have a Christmas festival also. Personally, my son put together a Christmas light display that is second to none. Both his community gardens and his Christmas light display have been on TV and in the newspaper. If you go down Lingelstown Road, you've seen our Christmas lights. And I was Santa Claus. We had about 1,000 cars go past the house this past Christmas. Many people got out because we offered food and whatnot. We'd like to have something like that across from Osteopathic Hospital. A busy road, dense population. We feel that if it's done properly, that can bring a lot of people in the community. And as events like that do, I think it would grow in time to become an attraction. Our Christmas display last year got people from Adams County, Cumberland County, Perry County, Lebanon County. It's growing, and I think we could do that on a county-wide basis. So that's what we'd like to do. We're asking for $11,000. If you could, that'd be good. If it's a little less, that's fine too. And either way, we're going to do it anyway. So we think it could help Dauphin County grow economically. It would bring people into the county. And I stress it would enhance the Broad Street market experience. And this is a pleasure. I've never done this. Thank you.
That's a quick question. Attorney Silliger, good to see you as always. Do you have dates of events that you're talking about for the event next to sort of across the street at Ben Franklin Broad Street?
It's still in the works. We're still trying to negotiate the space with the Broad Street Market people. School's out. And by the way, there's a very nice letter from the principal at the school there. I'd like to have every school have a small garden. And we're working with children and youth to try to get a garden there too as well. You got to come see it.
I look forward to doing so. I just want to know from the perspective of helping you do this, would you use these dollars for marketing, offsetting expenses? Tell me how you.
One, for marketing. If you publicize it, that's very important.
All right.
Secondly, we're going to get people to come in and give lectures about health. UPMC wants to always have a wellness booth where they come in and do wellness checks. They're happy to help out. Home Depot offered to donate a shed, $10,000 shed that people at the Votech were going to help put together. I mean, it can grow, I think.
Great.
So that's what we'd like. I think if you help, I think either way you'd love to see what we're going to do. Do come to see the gardens, please.
We will.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks.
So much. All right, next up, Dauphin County Community Fund.
Good morning.
Great. Good morning. My name is Anthea Stebbins. I'm president of the Dauphin County Community Fund. The Community Fund is the nonprofit partner to Dauphin County Parks and Recreation. Thank you for allowing me to present our request to you today. The first is for operations and administration. We're requesting $141,000 to help provide the foundation that makes tourism possible. Event administration, volunteer coordination, professional development, insurance, and music licensing fees. Next is $50,000 toward the All Aboard Canal Adventure Playground at Fort Hunter Park. This $1.2 million capital project will create a uniquely accessible playground inspired by the historic Pennsylvania Canal. Third is for 2 planning projects, which will help direct long-term tourism growth. $53,000 is for a strategic plan to strengthen the county's outdoor recreation economy and a trails master plan for a future site to expand sustainable mountain biking opportunities. And last but not least, we're requesting $211,000 for program and marketing to attract visitors, encourage overnight stays, and generate tourism-related economic activity throughout the county. Last year, we supported over 450 programs and special events, largely because of the tourism grant. The Dauphin County Community Fund has a proven track record of responsibly and effectively leveraging tourism investments by advancing projects that attract visitors and generate measurable economic impact. It helps sustain a growing park system that now sees 7 to 900,000 visits annually, generates 50 to 70 million dollars in economic activity, and contributes to hundreds of jobs, local jobs. This grant will support proven tourism drivers like the Jazz and Wine Festival, Proudly PA, cultural programming, destination marketing, new accessible recreation assets, and planning initiatives to strengthen Dauphin County's outdoor recreation economy, all while protecting the natural resources that make these experiences possible. Between registration fees, sponsorships, and other grants, these investments would directly leverage $1.5 million of public-private partnerships, which allow us to operate efficiently, grow sustainably, and continue enhancing the exceptional parks, programs, and high-quality year-round services Dauphin County has become known for. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Anthea. Any comments, questions?
First of all, well timed. I mean, you packed with great information right on 3 minutes, as all. You gave a great presentation. I particularly like the idea of not only just putting dollars into direct marketing of the events, which has that direct marketing or direct response and economic impact, but we hear a lot of sort of requests, but we don't hear much about planning and building out, and we're going to be heading for the future related to outdoor, the potential of expanding outdoor activities, marketing, bike trails, all things which provide assets to the region that will continue to attract visitors. We said it a little bit earlier when we had the kayaking group in. When you come to this area, you have like sort of a direct downtown urban feel to suburban communities. To in 10 minutes you can be in the river or in the wilderness, going fly fishing and enjoying outdoor recreation activities. That's a huge advantage. But for us not to be able to plan strategically, to be able to incorporate those and to figure out where some economic opportunity and build out can occur, we would sort of be short-sighted in taking advantage of those opportunities. So I want to thank you for, thinking about that plan and trying to put us in a position for future outdoor marketing and activities. I think it's that balance of all of those things. Sometimes we don't recognize the benefits that we have being in our own county. But when we go to other places, we sort of visit all of those places, outdoor recreation, and for us to be in such a short driving distance and have all of those amenities and opportunities is huge. So I think it was a great request and certainly has my support.
Thank you. There's incredible opportunity throughout the county, from the north to the south, the east to the west, and the consulting partners that we would use for this plan would certainly be engaged with the city's revitalization project that they're working on. So we would work as a team with the entire county in mind.
Great. Thank you.
I want to add a couple things. First of all, it was great a couple years ago that Dauphin County Parks and Rec was recognized as the Parks and Rec Department of the Year in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and that was an honor, which is well earned by you and your staff for the great work that you do. And most people don't know, but northward of over 900,000 people visit Dauphin County parks each year, and a lot of that is coming for the events that you put on, you and your staff. And I think this is the type of funding that should go to those types of events throughout Dauphin County, and be happy to support that. So keep up the great work.
Thank you.
I echo everything my colleagues said. Do you have any questions?
Just to comment again, Dauphin County Parks and Rec, awesome team.
Awesome.
Happy to work with them. Really appreciate the collaboration over the last couple of years, and appreciate the tour of the parks a few weeks ago. I learned a lot and have a brand new appreciation for all that you guys do and the work that you do and the beautiful parks that we have here in Dauphin County. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Likewise.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is our last before the lunch break, I believe. We will go back through those who are in attendance just to double check. But young professionals of color, Greater Harrisburg. And just for my colleagues, we're going out of order based on the on the book, so you'll have to go back to find them. It's in alphabetical order. So they would be on like the last page or close to the last page. I think it'd be last page.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Some facts for you. Thank you for having us.
Of course.
Basir, how you doing? Good to see you.
Everybody's favorite guy. Everybody's like, oh, you're here, but where's Basir? That's usually what happens. Thank you so much. Thanks. We thought y'all forgot about us, by the way.
Well,
All right. Good morning, commissioners. For the record, I am Dr. Kamiki Campbell, co-founder of the Young Professionals of Color Greater Harrisburg and the Juneteenth Executive Chair. To my left is Basir Vincent. He is the president of Young Professionals of Color. And to my right is Yanni Williams. She is a board member and the concert chair for Juneteenth HBG. We are standing at a deeply historic intersection. We are proud to say that we are the only Juneteenth observance that connects Harrisburg and Pennsylvania directly to the national landscape by tracing the 85-year march towards freedom that began with Pennsylvania as a state in the recognized Union in 1780. This year, we are celebrating America's 250th anniversary. We are marking 246 years since that 1780 partial abolition milestone and 161 years since Juneteenth in 1865. The march towards true freedom is ongoing. This year also marks our 7th annual Juneteenth HBG celebration and our 10th year of YPOC, and it is an investment in reclaiming economic power, fostering civic engagement, and radically reimagining what is possible for Dauphin County. This year, our core message is simple. We are built for this moment, and we are radically reimagining our next chapter. And also that no one is free until everyone is free. That philosophy is woven throughout our entire lineup. On Tuesday, we will be at MIK for YPOC's 10th anniversary reception, celebrating 10 years of dedicated nonprofit service to this community. On Wednesday, we host our 5th annual Juneteenth HBG Summit at Harrisburg University in the Health Sciences Tower, focusing heavily on work, wealth, and freedom, with our keynote speaker, Justin J. Pearson, representative from the great state of Tennessee, Memphis. On Thursday, we transform a downtown block for the taste of Black Harrisburg to spotlight our incredible Black-owned culinary businesses. Friday brings Juneteenth Jubilee to Riverfront Park, a free, family-friendly evening of wellness, resources, and community reflection. And finally, we cap off the week on Saturday with the Juneteenth Parade, our 2nd annual, culminating in our grand finale concert, Chains to Champions, at Capital City Music Hall. Our impact reaches far beyond the city limits. We meticulously track our attendance, and I'm proud to report that our programming draws attendees from 11 different states, 23 different counties, and over 50 zip codes. A week of this magnitude does not happen overnight. Internally, we are practicing Cojado leadership model, an approach that centers community building and collective sustainability. From managing complex project workflows to supporting local professionals, YPOC is on the ground 365 days a year building regional capacity. To continue this work, we need your partnership. Today, we are asking the commission for the full amount of funding requested so that we may sustain our year-round planning, expand our regional impact, and ensure this festival remains a premier destination event. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions?
Yeah, it's good to see you. I just want to, congratulate you on how far this has come. I know that I count myself among the very first supporters of Juneteenth, being able to hear your vision for this holiday and see it come into fruition. You've come a long way from that initial vision and plan to a time period in which I think, adding on this celebration parade and the kind of camaraderie and community it's helped to build is something that, I'm proud to be a part of. I know it's also Commissioner Prees and I I think it was about 4 years ago that we made 3 or 4 years ago that we made
Five.
Juneteenth
Yeah.
a actual official
In the
county
4 years.
holiday. So the idea that we did it in a 2-to-1 vote. Um, that was pretty clear in stating that now in the county we are officially recognizing and providing employees a full day for the Juneteenth holiday. So it is something that we understand and value related to our heritage, culture, and history. I'm particularly excited for the events around the Taste of Black Harrisburg, which I look forward to participating in. And
We're partnering with Bread for that. They're providing the first 100 meals free.
I also wanted to just ask, I know you and I met for about an hour and a half. Did you implement anything that we had talked about related to engaging local area high schools and students, or anything related to this year's event?
Yes, sir. So the first thing we did, we went back to Harrisburg High School and a couple of our area high schools to invite our youth to our youth summit. So all of our youth, 23 and under, are free to the summit. It's only $5 and $12, but we're inviting all of our youth for free. All the high school students who are out of school, particularly the upper high school, so 10th grade and up. There's a youth summit track this year, inviting all of the students from our area high schools. We have big participation coming from, we're also highlighting our seniors. We have big participation coming from Harrisburg High School, of course. Our superintendent will be in the parade, and he will also be a panelist on Wednesday at the summit.
And I know the parade, so seeing some of this in the public, is talking about revenue and trying to raise some additional revenue. How much have you been able to receive support from the city of Harrisburg in this event? And is there any way to ensure that parade is going off without a hitch?
I think there is a way. To date, the city has promised $10,000. We got that word last week of the actual number. They have waived the barricades. They have waived the personnel. We did have to move our presentation area because we could not afford a stage. So we are thankful for Justin Browning to opening up his space at Sawyer's for us to be in front to have a parade presentation area.
Okay, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to add, thank you, Commissioner Hartwick, for those comments. I want to add that seeing the growth of the Juneteenth events under your and your team's leadership over the years has been remarkable. And I do remember Commissioner Hartwick years ago when she came before us. You and I joined together on a 2-to-1 vote to support the events, support funding towards the events, and as you also brought up, the 2-to-1 vote to establish Juneteenth as a recognized holiday for the employees here in Dauphin County. And that's something that I'm very proud of. I'm glad that we did, and I would do it again. And it's just, again, great to see what you and your team are doing here. So thank you.
Thanks for that.
Just one other thing. I picked up a little gift when I was down at the National African American Museum that I want to give to you. It's both a book and the official proclamation for Juneteenth that I want to make sure you have, particularly from the book perspective, to give to one of the young folks that you've invited.
We would love to do that. That'd be amazing.
Yep.
I have a more nuts and bolts question. So you have a variety of events that happen over Juneteenth. Obviously, I can't be at all of them, but I've seen, talked to other people who've gone to all of them, and it kind of touches different people's, some people might like food, some people might like music, some people might want like educational piece, all those things. You have all the bases covered. Is there any mechanism using track attendance from the standpoint of in county, out of county, or out of state even? And what is that metric that you're using? And I mean, we don't have to go really deep into it, but I just want to make sure there's something you're using to track that, because I just think that data really matters for the future funding, because I think that's just a way you can continue to access more tourism grants, more grants to show that you're having regional impact, not just Dauphin County, because it's more likely if it's regional, there's people staying in hotels, there's people bringing economic impact, to our region from outside. So I just wanted to hear a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So we do zip code tracking that helps us know which municipalities, which states, and then we can also map it to which counties in Pennsylvania. So we have 23 different counties that come over 50 zip codes. Our top zip code is actually 17104. Right where we're sitting, and we also do age tracking. We track who across the age spectrums are coming. We have a really healthy participation from our senior population at the summit in particular, and they also love to come to the Jubilee, even though they don't stay long because it's real hot. But they do love coming, and they're also the ones who give us a lot of our historical underpinnings. This year, we're actually honoring Mr. Lenwood Sloan, and we're also honoring Latasha C. Williams as our honorary chairs. Mr. Lenwood, even though not a Harrisburg native, was crucial to us understanding the landscape here. So we're honoring him in that, and that brings a lot of folks. We also track how many people stay. So we encourage people to book in the hotel room. So we always have a lot of rooms at Hotel Indigo, at the Crown. The Hilton's always sold out, but we try to get some rooms there. Spring Hill Suites, now that's open. Anything within a 10-minute ride to downtown. We try to focus most of our programming in the city because I'm kind of stubborn, so I want people to know that we have the capacity in Harrisburg to do all the things. So a lot of it's in the city. And you asked one more thing. You said for funding.
I was just more curious, the like out of county metrics. Like, do you have any percentage guess of like when you look at attendees, is like 20% coming from out of county?
Yes, we have about 27% who are out of county, and it really fluctuates per event. So our events that are the concert, you're going to see more out of county attendees, and you're going to see we cover about a 10 county area right here in South Central. With the heaviest participations coming from Dauphin, York, Cumberland, and Lancaster. And then we'll also see people as far as Philly for like the concert. This year we're having a very big artist, Zeddy Will. Now I'm old, so I don't know who Zeddy Will really is.
My kid saw that, he was like, "What?"
And then
like,
we also,
know this guy?
right. And then Honey,
that's 21 and older.
Exactly,
Sorry,
can't go. The kids were very mad at us for that, by the way. They were the high school students were very upset, but it is what it is. And then we have Honey Baby and Keith Murray for the old heads, if you guys know who Keith Murray is. I was very excited about that. Shout out to our
flavor
concert.
in his ear.
That's right.
Yes, do that.
The most beautiful
in the
world,
right? Just like that.
Yanni is the one who was able to secure that. So shout out to Yanni and Proper Choice Productions. But we do track, we know which ones. So the Jubilee, for example, you're going to get 85% of the people are from Dauphin County. They're coming from about 30 to 40 minutes away. We have people come from up above the mountain to come. We have people tabling from up above the mountain. We have people tabling from all, Hershey and all the different parts. We have about 70 vendors, 70 to 80 vendors signed up. This is probably, and we've moved all around the city. So we've been in Reservoir Park, we've been at Soldier Grove, so on and so forth. And then the summit, we see a lot of people coming out of town for the summit as well, come from as far as Erie to present and bringing their people.
We usually gather that data from Eventbrite, and this year we're using Zephy, so we can send that impact report to you.
That'd be great.
Yes, and you're in the impact report.
Include me that's there. Thank you.
And the impact report should have been linked to our application, but if not, we can email it as well.
Good. Thank you.
Zephy is the new one. Zephy is a platform for any nonprofit listening that's 100% free for nonprofits, and it has been a godsend for us this year.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. These are for the kids. I don't know whose kids. This is all us stuff. So please.
Great.
This is not a bride. This is just, There you go. We got some cups. You guys go. Yeah, like what we gonna do with all the stuff? But I don't know.
Just leave them on the desk. We'll divide them up.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for hearing our request.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm just going to go back through the ones who weren't present, and we skipped over because they weren't present. We named them. Coda Rouge. Is Coda Rouge in the room? Is Central PA Figure Skating Club in the room? Is Central PA Community Connections LLC in the room? All right. Well, I think we're at our lunch break a little bit early, which is great. Take it. We'll reconvene at 1 p.m. All right.